Hello,
ghouls and boys.
You're just like sitting there waiting for it. I love it. Ghouls and boys.
Welcome to Girls Guts Gory.
Gory. We're just full of great things today. Oh man, pulling them out.
Tiny hands.
Just tiny hands as well. The addition of these tiny hands.
Can you roll your dice with those?
Yes.
I should
Because I've got tiny hands.
That's brilliant.
Those tiny hands.
Well, you guys, hello. We are Girls Guts Glory, aka
Girls Guts Gory.
Gory. Looking dead as ever today, we hope. With our eyes and our hearts full of what's it called, spookiness. We're gonna hopefully scare the pants off of you, or maybe I will. That's kind of my job. So let's see if I can do it. We hope you've had a great Halloween weekend. We're excited, obviously, about Halloween. That's why we're all dressed up and decorated. Today, we do not have any giveaways, just as a heads up, but that doesn't mean that we don't want you to stay tuned and continue. You never know when things will pop up and I'll get a message saying, actually, we do. So that would be awesome. Just saying, never know.
We're giving away our friendship.
Also, stay for us because it's going to be a good story.
Yes, and also maybe you guys can get inventive too. Maybe it's like we can sing a little diddly for you. We can play a song for you for a giveaway. Allie brought, with the tiny hand.
Did you put this out of tune, Rachel?
No, I didn't.
We love you guys, so we want to celebrate y'all in all different ways, whether it's gifts or art or whatever. With that, I think that we appreciate the fact that you're tuning in a little bit later. We know that we're airing a little later today. We're usually about 2 to 3 hours earlier, so 3
p.m. PST.
Oh, I was at TwitchCon this weekend, and I am just like twitched, but like, is that like a thing? Twitched?
Twitch.
We'll make it a thing.
Twitched?
Twitch now.
It was awesome, and no doubt you guys just probably... I'm twitching. I know Dice Camera Action was airing earlier. Congrats to Viv. I'm really excited for everything that's happening. So with that, thanks, and let's begin our journey as you put a tiny hand in your mouth, Moira. That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
All right.
So a quick recap from the week previous. All of these travelers here had been in Waterdeep for about 6 months, taking care of different things, personal agendas as well as private agendas, as well as group agendas, as well as just newfound agendas, whether that be helping an orphanage or joining a local theater troupe or getting a hand, literally just trying to get a hand. But through their curiosity and as well as their desires, including Miss Lala's desire to find something shiny, ground cave that was they got transported to from a manor in Waterdeep, from the castle ward. They followed this strange masked person with this cloak. It led them underground into a battle and a dialogue, but she got out with some pretty cool earrings, and then they got out after adventuring and traversing and just trying to get through the tunnel system underground, which led them to the cliffs of Waterdeep, which led them to the waters of Waterdeep as they were falling in. And a familiar friend and face was there to say hello.
Ivy Underbough.
Miss Fauna, who had renamed her boat to Farron, appropriately. And you guys then recovered. You took care of some things that you had been taking care of as well, such as visiting the spires of Lathander. And this led to you guys trying to do some other things as well, such as finding a hat, saying farewell to Dranisha for a while, for a few weeks to send her off. And just to recover generally, make delicious food. You've been helping out in the Heroes Garden. In the Heroes Garden, yeah. One of the only gardens in all of Waterdeep, kind of like its Central Park. And as you guys were taking repose and eating and just trying to sleep, you guys had heard very loud sounds coming from all across the lands. It sounded almost like there was warning signs going off. You could see things almost getting shot up into the sky and things kind of exploding, and there's these like marks in the sky, and you're just listening as you pulled back those covers. And from what you could gather, after a day of just trying to get your wits about you, be a party, get a hat for Fauna, it's also led to some sort of commotion. And the only thing that you guys were hearing as the guards were running around was that somebody is robbing the palace. So let's pick it up from there. As you guys are just pulling back these covers, and there's noise, there's horses in the streets. The cobblestone is it's pretty much hard to see because there's so many city guard that are just rushing in that direction right now. And you can see some of them almost like making the lieutenants and the generals are look a little frazzled. It's chaotic right now, and it's pretty late at night. So,
Can I make an insight check?
sure. What are you looking for? Are you trying to do like a perception check and understand maybe what's happening?
going on,
Sure.
yeah.
Please roll a perception check. Yeah.
Ooh, 21.
21. Okay. So as your dark vision kind of adjusts for a moment into you see what it appears to be. Everyone's holding back curious adventurers. Now, I had mentioned that there's a lot of people in Waterdeep walking around, especially in this area of the castle ward, not too far from where you are now. And it seems like there's a lot of curious adventurers right now, groups and parties and bands of people trying to get their hands in on this situation. There's and they're getting held back as well by the city guard who are saying, no, we're taking care of the business. It's hard to hear through all the screams, but it seems like there's a lot of people seeing this as an opportunity to get in with the palace or people at the castle. So you're kind of gauging that though there's some sort of commotion happening not too far away from where you are now, there's also a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of it. So,
I'd like to jump down from the treehouse and investigate.
okay, sounds good. So you jump down. You're just kind of getting your wits about you a bit as Lilith is kind of looking around.
Okay, how far is the commotion? Yeah.
It's everywhere right now. I mean, where you guys are, because
Like
people
in relation to the tree.
in relation to the tree, it's because of where the streets are. This is a very carved out, very methodically created, landscaped, manscaped park. There's about, I would say, every 10 to 15 feet, there are these like cobblestone or paved paths, and they're just full of people running right now. And there's guards like pushing people aside, there's an iron wrought gate that lets you into the park, and they're like trying to hold people back, adventuring parties, curious people, and only let out the city watch and city guard.
Back from the park, or?
From the park. Like, people are going through the park and trying to leave the park and go towards the castle right now, and they're only letting the city guard and city watch do it right now.
I can go talk to the city guard right now. I can show them the earrings and be like, met this guy, scary guy, found these.
Do you think they're gonna think that you stole them and that you're part of the problem?
It seems a bit risky.
Can I go to one of the guards?
Sure. So you're just looking around. You see like a young chap kind of like trying to get people moving.
You, sir. What's going on?
I'm sorry, Matt. We don't have time. Are you one of the elites? I can't tell.
I mean, yes, of course I'm an elite. How... Do you know who I am?
Oh, roll a deception check.
That's not deception.
Excuse me.
I am
You
loyal.
are. I meant intimidation check. Hey, Twitch, I'm a little tired. Intimidation check, please.
I didn't roll with the tiny hand. That's why. No, it's only a 5.
Yeah, he can barely hear you. You guys are shouting at one another, and as you're trying to get your message across here, like I want to help, or I'm curious, he's not giving you time of day. And there's a couple other people also shouting, trying to gauge what the situation is, but nobody is quite dressed as fine as you. But he seems to be too busy. I'm sorry, miss. I can't. Oh, yes. And so he just runs over. You can hear a whistle from a nearby lieutenant as he's starting to line up and guard and march forward. And then another drove comes through and tries
Has he
to
left
protect.
I was going to say, if he's left an opening into the area, then I'm just going to run past him.
Seems like they're kind of. There's a lot of chaos happening. That opportune moment seemed to slip by, but if you're able to kind of mimic your way in somehow, there might be a moment that you can go and follow the city guard or city watch as they're trying to hold everyone back. I would say that right now there's somewhere between 75 to 70 city guard and city watch just trying to handle this situation, and there's somewhere between 20 to 25 curious people moseying around trying to get in and out of the park.
How far are we from the palace?
Oh, this is this area. You are actually not technically in the closest location to the castle ward. Now, the heroes, I'm always clicking on this little thing. The heroes' garden is not too far off of it. You guys would probably be like the equivalent of like 20 to 25 blocks away, but that's still enough of a walk, all things considered. My horn! My horns are gonna fall over you guys. It's spooky. It's a ghost.
From where I am, can I look and see, is the treehouse close enough so that we could jump to a roof?
Are you asking if the trees nearby some like other
Buildings.
Yes, if we could jump from
Yeah.
it to
This is actually one of the only you guys. There we go, like that. I'm just kidding. It's okay. My horns, you guys, feeling scary today. It's okay, on time. It's all right. We're all in this together. But yes, the actual tree that Rowan had chosen was one of the only healthy, vibrant trees. It's not nearby any other trees. This is a little bit of a rinky-dink, dinky park. Every tree is about 20 to 30 feet away from another tree. It's not. You're like out full in the open, just in the whole of the tree.
Come back here. I think we need to catch a plan.
Okay.
I motion her back to the treehouse.
Climb back up into the treehouse.
So, Lala, I agree. We should get rid of the earrings as soon as possible. I'm wondering if you can cast invisibility on them, and then I can fly them and drop them
Well,
into
I
the
could,
castle property.
I could do that.
That's true.
I think perhaps the
Maybe can I fly too? Like maybe Lala, can you
Perhaps
put
we could all
some
fly.
flight on me and then we can fly over there together?
I can only do invisibility on myself, though.
I am concerned only because I think that their owner should know the full story. If she
Yeah.
is the so-called prince of these masked lords, she should know that one of them is stealing from her.
Yeah. Tell her it was Quell.
Well,
That's a good point.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
What if we return the earrings secretly and then find her and just tell her so it's not like we stole these?
Or we return the earrings with a note.
I like that idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, that works. Can I just say that boy had no idea who I was, and I'm going to find his superior, and he's going to hear about this.
Oh, yeah, you should tell him.
Just saying.
How
It's a punk.
so after you write the note, how to return them? Just invisibly fly?
I'll just invisible myself, and then cast invisibility on myself, and then I'll fly them over. I'll leave them there, and then I can, I'll have a note, and I'll just drop them.
Well, I won't let you fly alone.
Yes, I would like to investigate.
How
little
about
bit.
Moira and I go by foot,
Yes.
and Lilith, you would come with us by foot,
Sure.
and then Lala and Rowan fly above
Oh, the only problem is how do we get there?
to the castle. We go toward it.
But there's thousands of guards in between
Maybe
us.
Rowan can give you a pass without trace?
I can do that.
I'm
We can
kind of
try.
like someone banging pots and pans around. I armor. They're not, paladins are not meant to be sneaky. Maybe I could
Okay, so DM question. So, one of my options as a druid to turn into can be like a swarm of a type of animal. Could I somehow share that swarm so we're a swarm of flying somethings together? Or is
so
it
we could
only
be a
I am
part
the
of the
swarm?
swarm. I think isn't that wild shape?
Yeah.
I think that's only
Like, I'm wondering
self.
if there's any way I can share my wild shapement.
I think the thing you could do is you could become a swarm and then like put yourself all over one of your like friends here, like almost like cover them in bugs if you wanted, or cover them in rats because you would become those bugs or rats if
Right,
you wish.
right.
But it may not be
So that's
provide
an
full
option.
cover.
I have an idea for myself because I am clinky and hard to secret away somewhere. Did I see a place where there was a gate that no one could get over but wasn't guarded?
Well, I'm gonna have as I'm gonna say as Lilith and Moira are trying to recollect as they were walking through the castle ward, the landscape of everything. Can I have the two of you guys roll a survival check just to see what you can remember about where you might be able to go?
There it goes.
I had also done like a little.
You had two, so you as well if you would like.
Okay, I'm gonna do tiny hands because they were treating me really well earlier. Oh, betrayal! What is this? Survival?
Survival.
8.
Okay. So, Moira, Lala, the events of the day were exhausting enough, and you weren't looking for a particular entry point like this. You were just trying to gauge general information. Lilith, you have a faint recollection that there are other ways to get out of the park besides this one iron gate. It's not like, it's just a general very high fence. Also, if you guys wanted to like try to get over it, it's about a 15-foot high iron rack gate. And you think that if you are quiet enough about it or smart enough about it, there might be areas that don't have as much light in them as others.
And that's what I was looking for.
Yes.
Can I poke my head out and see if I can...
But with that survival check, you don't. I'm going to say that's...
I
And
can't see
there's
them?
commotion and... What?
I'm just trying to see...
No,
like,
you cannot see from here. No, there's like barely anything around the tree. The tree for about 20 to 30 feet around it, it's pretty much clearing. There's a path nearby, and there's tons of people running on it. So... But you have a faint recollection from just traveling in and out of the park.
Well, I wonder if I should even go then. Maybe we should just send the pixie.
Well, I don't want to leave them alone just because of what happened last time. It
I'm
was
gonna
pretty dangerous.
try to not fly into any more teleportation things. Just like as a general.
That's a good
General
general,
avoidance.
idea.
We haven't had the best luck in those situations.
Well, here's the thing. If you can climb over somewhere, then I can just Misty Step over. If we can find a place that isn't very well lit and isn't guarded, then we can just I can bamf over there and you can...
And I can still
The
cast
acrobat-
Pass Without Trace for as much as it'll help.
That would probably still help.
I could jump down off the treehouse into the crowd and start trying to go.
No, Fauna, come.
You see Fauna just like put her little feet out there and just start to crawl out as you guys are talking. You guys catch that.
I did
I'm
not
gonna
teach her that.
Time is of the essence.
I see her and I grab her by the waist.
Do
with
as
my
I
arm.
say, not what I do. I'm a
Let's see
bad
what
teacher.
happens.
Okay, sounds good. Just gonna a contest. All right, so let's make this a dexterity saving throw, and let's have this be a strength check from you, Lilith.
No.
Pretty strong.
Pretty not dexterity.
Dexterous?
19.
Yeah, you get your arms around her waist. You grab her fine.
What do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm bored.
I mean, she is
Fauna
correct.
wasn't
We should
here
head
for
out.
That, Well, can we help me draft this note first?
Okay, let's...
My charisma's just okay.
My nice calligraphy.
What are you guys saying in the note? I'm
I'm
curious.
going to say,
My charisma
uh,
is quite good if you need to craft something.
It's okay.
Laurel. Dear Laurel? Or just
How do you spell
Laurel?
it?
L-O?
And are you writing this in common or
L-A-R-I-E-L?
draconic or
Wait.
Common.
common? Okay.
They're a noble person.
L-A-R-E-L. Laurel.
Laurel.
Dear,
Laurel.
dear Madame Silverhand.
Wait, can you spell it for me? Yes. Dear,
Madame.
yes, Madame Silverhand.
Silverhand. Laurel Silverhand.
I read Silver Laurel.
Got this from a fiend in a hood.
Well, I'm going to give them.
We got it from a fiend in
Something's
the hood.
happening,
In
and
the
I feel like we gotta get there.
Okay, but real quick, okay. Dear Madame Silverhand, I came across these, and I'm going to describe the house.
Okay, you do so.
Tell them,
creature.
and
The gold-eyed creature.
the house, the portal, and the fireplace. I'm going to tell them everything. Quell, tell them about Quell.
Yeah.
The fiend.
Can you draw his
And
mask? I mean, is it just
I
like a
can-
blank mask?
Rye.
You certainly could try it. Yes. So let's have this be. I want it to be a history check as you're trying to remember very specific details of the last 24 hours from like the streets that you were going down because you were just following shiny objects. You weren't really looking at the streets when you were following them.
Well, do we remember because we were on foot following her into the castle?
You guys were just running. Remember how you pinged? How you put locate object and you guys were just running in the night trying to run in the general direction. It was pretty fast. So no.
What am I rolling?
A history check.
6.
Okay. So, to the best of your ability, you describe the location, the details of the events, everything you possibly can. You fold that, and you did your best. You gave it your all.
Make
I'm
sure.
gonna hand it to Moira to proofread it.
Yeah, I want to make sure it says that he had gold eyes and that he was a fiend. That
He was very grumpy.
he was a masked lord, or at
And
least
he
he
broke his
had a
leg.
mask. He broke his leg. The place was in the castle ward. It was a giant mansion, but it looked as if it hadn't been touched for a long time.
And the teleportation
And that there was a teleportation thing in the fireplace and
Black
lots of,
marble.
obviously. Yes, lots of black marble. With
That's it. That's all I remember.
And then I say, "Hey Lilith, look, a dragon," and I try to jump again.
Okay, make a strength contest, and then I'm gonna have this be from you. A dex saving throw. Now, don't forget you get. Do you get disadvantage on a grapple to remove? You do not. So you're just trying to get out of it. All right, go ahead.
Hey Lilith, look, a dragon.
Oh no, you don't.
17.
4.
So we say you move into restraint. So that would be like you had your arms around her waist, and then as she's trying to squirm out, you like put your hands around her arms too. So right now
Fauna, you're gonna
she's
be
like
losing your privileges.
You're gonna be grounded.
I'm gonna put you in that little cupboard over there. Over the stove.
Situation.
You guys
You
are
cannot
so
rush this.
old.
Just like wrap her in a papoose and put it on your back and carry her.
Why are you so excited to get out of here? Let's make a plan and then we'll get.
Well, she's almost
Usually
a
you're the
teenager.
wise one of the
She's
bunch.
a teenager.
She's
I'm 14
She's
now.
a teenager. It's
Okay.
just that it's how teenagers go.
I feel like you were
I am
like,
Can I have you roll? Can I have you
75,
roll a Constitution saving throw? Fauna?
rebellious time.
Is she gonna pass out?
I'm only 40.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no!
75. I don't look that old, do I?
Oh no! Are you gonna pass out?
So I'm gonna say that Fauna, these hormones are really getting to you lately. Like it's been a chaotic couple of days, and so right now, like
PMS is driving us all crazy.
you're so angry right now. Like you're angry with Lilith. Yeah.
Should we roll to see if we're all on the same side?
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna say that Fauna's feeling very emotional right now. She's very upset.
Why do you have to hold me back, Lilith?
I don't miss being a teenager.
All right. So is the note
Done.
I think it's
Ready to
good.
go.
Yes, we should.
all right? And the
pack up
plan
the-
is
Yes.
flight and drop.
And invisibility. And drop it, and then I'll just go back.
Carry the girl
If you just
and
want to
find a
wait
place
for
to-
me outside, unless you can turn into like
You can turn into a hawk
flies,
or-
mats, something, and we'll just fly together.
Okay.
Yes, we'll meet you.
Then I'll
We'll meet
turn
you over there somewhere.
into. I want to turn into a bat.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So Rowan turns into a tiny little adorable bat. Mr. Hopkins gets very upset for a second. He doesn't understand what's happening.
Oh, he can come with me. Can you carry him, or I could?
No. He'll stay. I fly up to him.
He smells you, and then he gives you a little squirrel hug with your bat squirrel hug.
Should I, Mr. Hopkins, if you'd like a travel companion? No, is he gonna stay here? Okay, never mind. Good.
And I shuffle him with my wings toward his little bed.
Yeah, he's perched on top of it like a watch squirrel. Like he's watching everything for you. This is his home. No one's coming into Rowan's home.
All right.
And I did cast. I didn't say it, but I
Pass
cast
without
and pass without trace on everyone.
Great. So
Okay.
she casts a spell. Everybody, the shadows kind of envelop you from her hands. As you guys feel like your shadows are definitely taking over your physical form, providing a lot of coverage, especially in the night.
All right, we're going to go find
We're
a
off.
place to hop over and Misty Step.
Sounds good. So you guys are trying
I'm
to
putting
find.
Fauna in my backpack.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Are you resisting that or?
Yeah, I'm resisting
Okay.
that.
Okay. So with a disadvantage dexterity check. So if you could roll a dex saving throw with disadvantage. Do you have rope?
I
A
think
kid
I do.
I want to wait. Can I use the rope to make a little like kid backpack leash thing? Do you know those things?
Oh.
It's like the monkey backpack with the tail.
Yeah. Do you have rope?
I do. I
Okay.
think
Then
we-
I'll say
Yes.
that as she's
Give me some.
squirming, can you just make that check real quick?
Yeah. Oh,
With disadvantage, unfortunately.
Because I don't trust her in this state.
Okay. So she's trying to squirm, and like she's really trying to fight it.
Do I need to roll?
4.
anything?
She rolled a 4. No, but I'm going to say what happens with this is she's trying to squirm and she's trying to break free, but your grapple stays strong. You're able to get her down on the ground, and like you don't know you can't let go of your arms. So then Moira walks over with, do you have rope in your hands?
Yes.
All right, so you walk over with some rope.
It's gonna wrap around her shoulders and into the back, so she can't undo it or take it off.
Your flight
and it's
risk.
gonna have a little bit of
Right now.
of not a leash, but like a lead.
Kidnapping.
It's not kidnapping. Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic.
I fly over to my kitchen and I
Forcing someone to go somewhere tied up.
This is where you wanted to go, and your hands are free. We're just making sure you're not gonna
I'm
run
gesturing to a tincture I've made for PMS.
I'm gonna go take it and just. I don't know how it tastes, but you should just do it a little bit.
Tastes
me.
like wine.
Wine is good.
Then enjoy it.
Wine is good. Would you just?
We don't ever let you have wine.
Thank you, sweetheart.
tastes pretty good, all things considered.
It's pretty good. I need some wine to go with.
I'm gonna kiss her forehead and then have the little thing off her.
Can I have you make a dex check just to see how well you tie it, to see if she's gonna break free or not?
No.
Maybe I should make a dex check to see.
You know what? I will say I'll give you advantage because Lilith has full restraint on her. So let's.
That was real nice of you.
Oh, why? All right, these are going away.
And what was the check on that?
That was a dex check.
Yes, please. Yes,
Five.
with advantage. With advantage.
On my last one,
I rolled a 3 and then a 4.
Okay, so she's never made quite this thing, and Fauna, with your passive wisdom, like passive perception, you're kind of like if I move a certain way, like I can like undo this
I'm
whole.
not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna act like it's good.
Sounds good. So Moira, you
Did you just say
Wait,
that out
do
loud?
I believe her?
No, in my head, I
Do I believe her?
Okay?
Do I
she's.
believe that she's
Yeah, no, I mean you spent all this time wrapping this up. You think you think you got at least a style of knockdown that would remain.
No, don't waste this ball.
No.
If she runs off and gets hurt, then I mean she might just
I can
learn a
heal
lesson.
myself, okay? I'm very
Oh my
powerful.
gosh, you're so annoying.
She would try.
Should we just give her some wine?
Okay.
I was
We're not gonna
Actually, it would relax her.
herbalism.
That's not a terrible idea.
Enemies toward my herbalism
She's
kit.
14. No.
I'm just gonna cast invisibility.
You
on
just
myself.
see this bat like knocking itself into all of its
Come on,
herbalism.
just go.
No.
We'll take care of her. You guys just go.
She's
We'll
too
meet you on
young
the
for
other side.
herbs. It'll kill
fly to
brain
the
We'll make you
cells.
on the other side of the gate.
I'm already invisible and I'm just gonna shout, Rowan! Follow my voice.
And I can see her with my echolocation.
All right, Fauna.
Great.
That's so cool!
That's great.
Fauna, if you want to get out of the backpack, just let me know.
I'm not in the backpack, right? I'm
Yes, you
just
are.
tied.
They tried to make like a kitty backpack with like a lead.
Yeah, they tried to make like a kid backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your hands are free.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
If we're gonna go, let's go.
All right. And you're still tied up.
I'm still tied up.
All right, sounds good. So I'm going to say that you're going to probably have to carry her down the stairs to the from the treehouse. But as the three of you guys make your way on foot, just trying to gauge, and you are currently cloaked pretty well with Pass Without a Trace, so you feel like you have
So
good coverage.
embarrassing.
Well, prove that you can be without it, and we'll let you go.
Luckily, we're passing without trace. People aren't noticing my dumb backpack.
Like I said, prove that you don't need it, and we'll let you go. Don't sass me, or you won't get your present. I spent a lot of money on it.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Alright. It's a nice present. What can I say?
Yeah, maybe I should keep it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we should just share it
Yes,
instead of.
it was pretty cute.
You guys are
Yeah.
so mean.
And you just start to backpack walk away. Yeah. With the shoulders forward.
Meanwhile, I'll fly off.
Yeah, the two of you guys.
Flying.
Yes, using your sonic waves as you fly away from this very emotional scene beneath you near the treehouse. You're able to pick up on her on pings as you use your echolocation, following Lala as she is currently fully not just with Pass Without a Trace, but also invisible. So you feel like you guys have incredible coverage. So maybe the two of you guys can roll stealth checks as you guys are flying up.
So do I get 10 on top of my invisibility?
Yeah.
10?
So you get so
Wow.
10. I usually still feel like 10 is not ample enough for invisibility. So you get advantage, and then you get the additional 10s.
So I get plus 20 to whatever I roll.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be a base of 20.
Okay,
Do it again.
38.
Don't
Why
forget you
not?
get advantage.
You might get it on 20. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the 38.
hold on. I have to add my stealth to it too.
Oh my god.
Just in case. No.
27.
27 for... So what happens is this
I'm
is
using
like...
the bat's dex.
Okay, so great.
Wait,
Sounds good. You are using your sonic location. You're flying out. You feel like you're cloaked in shadows. You pretty much are one with the night. Like the color of the bat you chose and everything. Perfect. No one will be able to spot you.
Modifier. Just to clarify.
Yes.
So it's plus 10 on top of my modifier, right? When I'm invisible?
Yes.
Okay. So, I rolled an 18. Plus 7, which is 25.
Yes.
And then another 20, so 45.
she disappears from this plane of existence entirely.
That is so stealthy that like you even get scared every time you like she pings on, like you don't understand where she is, but like you look and you don't know if she's there. Like Lala's doing some like magic tricks here with your mind. It's amazing.
Can I still locate her, though?
You can locate her because of your sonic perception, which knocks down things quite exponentially. Also because you cast Pass Without a Trace there, and you also had a dialogue. But you do feel like you're trying to follow her and keep up to speed and stay nearby as best as you can. It's your choice if you want to go away, because right now you're so stealth that like you can do anything you want, Lala. This is how you feel.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Too much
leave us,
power.
Lola.
Question, because like mid-flight, it occurs to me maybe I should have been a giant bat. How big are giant bats?
Giant bats are pretty big. You would have to look up the stats on that. I can pull them up for you. But for now, we can just say that you're a regular bat, and then if we need to go back, we can go back on that.
All right.
But in the future, if you wish to do more giant things, totally plausible.
Okay.
So
I'm going to keep pretty close to Rowan.
Okay.
sounds good.
So I'm looking around. What do I see?
So yeah, roll a perception check, Rowan, please.
19 plus the bat's perception is 11. Which one would be the
Wisdom
perception?
plus one.
Wisdom. Oh, okay. So 20.
There are quite a bit of horses.
Also, I believe that you keep your initial wisdom. I don't think that you
okay.
retain the wisdom of the creature that you become. So it would just be whatever your normal wisdom is.
Sweet. 22.
Oh, 22. Okay, great. So, as you're using your check here just to try to understand exactly, and you're not using any sort of special ability, this is just a general perception check from your own brain. You look around. From what you can gauge, there is a lot more commotion happening closer to the castle ward in the palace area, especially since the palace and the Blackstaff Tower are all within this kind of very highly guarded section of the castle ward. And as you're approaching this, you can see droves of people getting pushed. There's like almost like the equivalent of rope being pushed against all these curious patrons and people and parties. And there's a lot of people who look much like you and your friends here. Groups of 5 or 6 people who are trying to help. You can hear them shouting. They don't seem to be curious about the raiding happening. They don't seem to be saying, oh, you know, what's happening to this? They're like, we want to help. We want to help. There's just echoes of like tons of people dying for an opportunity to get involved or invested with the palace. But what you catch most distinctly is that the city guard and the city watch are keeping their eyes on the street. The streets are packed. It's getting roped off. There's the entry point, the main gates into the castle ward section of the palace, which is, I would say, about 500 feet wide and somewhere, it's hard to see deep, but it's very, very wide location that has these 4 or 5 buildings within it. Within the building structure, that's what you guys are flying over and trying to see. You're not too curious about the street mapping, but you're curious about what's happening inside. You see pockets of about 20 different guardsmen wearing different different tiers. Maybe some are generals, some of them might be younger men, but they're just like kicking down doors. You can see generals, women, men just talking to one another. There's a group in the center, though, that's most distinct, as everyone's kind of spread out and talking and trying to navigate or address how to handle this situation. What you catch is a massive carriage of some sort. The carriage doesn't look too nice. It's a kind of broken down looking carriage, sizable. I would say it's about 15 feet wide and about 20 feet deep. Inside of this caravan, you see in shackles, just like this group of like 25 people. And all of these guardsmen are pushing more and more into shackles. You catch that as this is happening, there's a woman with gray hair and purple robes who is standing there next to several guardmen, and they seem to be talking and conversing with her, and she looks a little shaken. And there's a group of about 6 people behind her who are all wearing similar looking clothing, like these purple gold toned robes. They're not wearing armor. They're not wearing, they don't have a lot of weaponry on them or anything like that. They definitely stand out. And you have a feeling that
Religious order.
it might be a religious order. It's someone of some sort of importance as she is talking with these, it looks like maybe a general.
I'm gonna try to. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try to fly closer to see if I can hear and like if they call her by name.
Did we make a game plan about what direction we're going? Because we can't see them.
No, we were just going to get on the other side of the gate and head as far as we could.
And did you say this carriage with the 25 prisoners is through the gate, so on the castle side or on its way?
Yeah, so the castle ward's a whole section, but then the palace in itself is there's that second entrance point to even get into the palace, where there's about 5 to 6 towers, a couple of buildings and things like that. You're looking in the essentially the courtyard of that, where that chaos is happening.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you had
So
to
we're already
fly
in the-
over.
okay.
Yeah, you had to like fly over that that large entrance point.
Quick question: did we get a short rest in the?
A short rest. You did intentionally want a short rest. I think you guys hadn't begun your long rest yet.
Okay.
So yes.
Wait. From between our battle and
Yeah.
I thought we had. Oh.
It was the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. But you guys ate food, you had a meal, you rested, you relaxed. So I would say that you technically, as you had ate the food and had a nice dinner, that was a short rest. So yes.
Okay. I'm gonna rework my spell slots.
So yes, this is what you catch, and you see that they seem to be poking and prodding at these people in this line, and they're almost getting shipped or pushed into the caravan.
I also fly down a little bit behind Lala.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get as close as I can so I can hear what they're saying.
Okay, sounds good. The two of you guys, no doubt, because you're trying to stay within 60 feet of Lala at all times, just so you can understand where she is on your radar wave here. You fly down. How close are you getting? It's very loud. It's very chaotic. There's a lot of people talking.
How close do I have to get in order to hear?
Okay, so I'll say that you feel safe as you're like kind of flying around, going from one shoulder to the next, hiding behind one shoulder to the next. You're flying to a lot more to the younger looking city guardsmen who seem to be very confused and like, even when you like go on their shoulder, they're like, whoa, like they feel something, but like they don't know what it is, kind of thing. One of them like turns around and like puts out like their weapon and then his friend hits him upside the head and is like, you just imagine everything's Gerald. And Gerald's like, got active imagination. So this is just kind of what's happening as you're flying behind each one of these ones. You get about 10 feet away, and you feel like if you get just a little bit closer, you can hear.
All right. Then I'm gonna get a little bit closer.
All right, can I have you roll a stealth check? Same rules apply.
Advantage.
Oh yeah.
Same rules apply.
Okay.
31. Was the highest one was 14?
14 plus 7 plus 10 plus... Oh, 14 plus 7 plus 20. So 41.
40.
Okay, so it's 27.
Plus
41.
No,
Oh, it's 41. Jeez. Oh, man, that's just so much.
Shouting out numbers.
That's a very high check. That's great. Okay.
It's 21 plus 20.
21 plus 20. Got it. So as you creepily fly as a little bit closer, you're finally able to pick up, once you're within 5 feet, some of the dialogue that's happening. So this is what you hear. The woman says to this kind of larger man, he must be about 6.5 feet tall. He's got like a short buzz cut, like short blonde buzz cut. He looks sunburnt, sun-kissed. He has deep, very like deep set blue eyes. As he's talking to her, he's about her height. She's actually pretty tall too. She's probably a little under 6 feet in height. Beautiful, beautiful silver hair. Long silver hair. She's wearing a very pretty necklace and these purple robes as she looks to him. Kind of Angelina Jolie look here, we'll say. As she turns to him, she goes, Farlan, I just don't understand why and how this could have happened. And he looks to her. Lady, I assure you, we don't have the answers now, but we will get them. We will investigate to our fullest extent what had occurred. And she looks shaken, and she goes, Farlan, I understand that you have some of the best soldiers in all of Waterdeep. I understand you're going to investigate this, but you must understand where I'm coming from. The level of protection in the palace is usually, you know how hard it is, how impossible it is. And you hear him like put his hand on her, and she's shaking a little bit. And he goes, I know this is probably very traumatizing for you. We swore that this would never happen again, and I promise you all of our protective measures will go to the fullest extent. And she just grabs onto him very closely with both of his hands, and she draws closer. Everyone behind her kind of gets closer too, and she just stops them. She goes, do everything you can, find out everything you can. One of these people here must have more information about who did it, and in the meantime, I don't feel safe here. And he just kind of nods. He snaps his fingers twice as about 10 or 15 more of his guards come over to her. And you hear him say, Laurel, we will take care of you. And she's beginning to walk away right now with 6 or 7 people in some sort of direction towards one of the large buildings. There's a couple other guards who are trying to stop her, but the moment that she puts her hand up, like, don't test me, they bow deeply and they step back a couple times. She kind of nods and she continues to walk forward. There are 6 or 7 people behind her. Perception check real quickly from the two of you. And I'm going to say that you're also, like, kind of behind Lala, listening in as best you can, too.
Rolled a 1.
19.
Dice jail.
Oh, geez. Okay. So I'm going to say,
Probably run into a
can you
tree.
tell me maybe why you were so distracted with that one?
I was just really, I was listening very intensely. And as I'm flying, I just fly right into a post or a...
Sparkles come out of nowhere.
I was just trying to listen, and I was trying to find Rowan, and I just ran into a post.
I'm going to say that you hit it so hard that it knocked your invisibility out of you, but you still have your pass without a trace. It's just now, like, you don't feel as invisible as you once did, and you see, like, a little puff of black smoke, like, start to circle around, and you're like, oh, Lala is suddenly not as stealthy as she was 5 seconds ago.
I find a tin can telephone wire and I hang upside down it next to her.
I was like, that was her. That's the woman. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get my what? I don't.
I see a flaw in our plan.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, okay.
On her head.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna motion to have Rowan fly very close to me,
Okay, so you do so as you're...
and then I'm gonna try to fly.
I'm scared.
I know, me too.
I'm going to say with a 19, you had caught Lala doing that, thankfully, with that really high perception check. You also caught a very small detail that she may have not seen.
Okay.
Which was that the people following behind her all had masks on their face.
What? Little wings.
I wish that you were doing this with the tiny hands.
I know. I'm just gonna here. Can I make a performance check to see if she can understand what I'm doing?
Let's make a performance check,
Okay.
please. Let's see how well we can interpret.
Okay.
So
good dice. It's a -1, but that's still an 18.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, Rowan, you actually during some time hanging out with Lilith have been trying to understand her mime classes that she's been taking with her theater troupe. And so you've sat down and you've seen her do some of the miming. So you're like trying to channel the miming, and Lala, you're really confused. It's a great performance. Can I have you just roll a quick you know what? No. This is just going to be you. An intelligence check. Let's make an intelligence check. Yeah.
17.
Okay. You're. It's like trying to communicate with somebody who doesn't speak your language. So you're just, and she's also a bat. So it adds an extra layer of confusion. But you swear, like after she does certain motions, she seems to spell out something with her arms, and then do this thing with her face where she like puts her wings in front of her, and then goes. Yeah. And you get it after a couple times. Mask. Oh, she's trying to say they masks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I gotta drop it in front of her, away from those guys. Okay. Okay. So,
All right, so you're going to try to fly up behind her.
I'm gonna try to catch up to Laurel and maybe drop it like right in front of her.
Okay.
And I'm echolocating for any webs or things.
Okay,
Or
sounds
maybe
good.
or I'm just gonna aim for her general, her general area.
All right, let me describe what this looks like. So she's walking in the direction towards a building, right? And this very beautiful white marble palace of some sort. Everything here is kind of white marbled and gorgeous, minus the texture of the Blackstaff Tower, which is very distinctly black. Blackstaff in the sky. However, the way she's walking right now, she seems to be going towards steps that go up. A lot of city guard around there. Kind of shocked that she's even walking back into whatever location this is. It seems like most of the commotion's happening from this location. She's walking up there. There's almost a V behind her of 6 people, 3 on either side.
Are they the masked people?
Yes. And they're wearing different colored robes. There's a couple that have blue in them and gold, but they seem to all be of different stature. So they're kind of in a V shape behind her. So she is kind of leading the pack right now. So if you're trying to like go in front of her, there might be an opportune moment to do so, but they all are watching and walking forward, and they have visual on her.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to do. So I'm gonna fly up next to Rowan and be like, I'm gonna loop around, I'm gonna curve, I'm gonna do a deep curve, and I'm gonna drop it, and then we gotta get out of there. Okay? Okay. All right. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna try to do like a deep curve around the V.
Okay.
And drop it.
And are you trying to do it like on the ground or in her, like her hands are not up like this,
No,
she's
I'm
walking
gonna
forward.
Drop it. It's either gonna land in front of her or on her head.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get there.
Make a dexterity check as you're trying to do this very acrobatic.
Kind of like on the side in the air. In the
And
dark.
I'll say this can be, if you're really swooping, an acrobatics check as well, if you like, instead of just a general dex. It's your choice.
It's gonna be the same either way. Oh, gotta reroll.
Oh, that was cocked. It was almost a 20.
It was either gonna be a 20 or 2. Okay, that's not bad. 16.
16. So you fly, swoop by, and take a moment. Bing! As you hear something hit against the white marble in front of her feet. It is about 1.5 feet in front. As she kind of looks down, you see one of the masked people say, "Hold her back." You swear to God you hear a conversation as you see them grab it and put it in their pocket. It's the one on the right-hand side. But she seems to be like, "Why are you stopping?" And there's a dialogue happening right now. And there's some sort of threshold that this person crossed that wasn't appropriate. Like, you're not supposed to go ahead of her or something of that sort. And you see him, like, or her, kind of scuttle and shake their hands as they try to pretend to, like, shine her shoe. And she's, like, confused. And she, like, kind of kicks them off her foot. And there's a dialogue happening right now.
Was it perhaps limping?
It's hard to tell right now.
Can I jump in maybe? Because as I see that the other person is seeing it, can I like fly over to him and poop on his head? I fly over to him and I poop on his head, like from a distance. But
You're gonna You're good at Shikaka on the.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
I mean,
make
I'm
the
above
reference.
swiping
It's so
distance,
good.
but yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
So
Yeah.
I'm interfering with what she just
That's
said before.
Guano man. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
As a reaction.
All right. As a reaction. All right. Let's
Reaction.
I want to see how this plays out, and then we're gonna cut back to them. But
Okay.
let's do this. So let's have this be a dexterity check to see how accurately
Okay.
you can get that poop right on this guy's head or girl's head.
11.
11. Okay. You kind of like are flying, and because it passed without a trace, because you're also trying to be stealthy, you kind of like hit it, but it hits the back of him. Oh yeah.
Oh, but a stealth is different than just a
Yes,
monster.
yes.
Okay.
But
So
it does
the
hit
back
his
of
back. It doesn't
Okay.
hit right on the head, but it hits the back, and it takes a moment as some of the other people behind her, like 2 or 3, like look up, and one of them like chuckles and points, like he's that. But he doesn't seem to take notice of it. But there's definitely poop on his back, and 2 or 3 of the other masked lords are checking this out.
Okay.
Is there a place to like perch for a second?
I will say that the facade of this marble palace of some sort does provide an opportunity. There's a couple of ledges, small ledges. A lot of it is very Grecian in style. It's very Ionic looking building. It's very classic. As you can perch up on maybe one of the pillars of the Ionic columns and just take a look and try to gauge what's happening. Because it does give you good view. Everything's low lit with lamps right now, but because of the sheen of the floor, a lot of the light's refracting, and you can see her, and she stopped. She is not going in there right now. Like, there's a dialogue happening. Something has occurred that shouldn't have happened. So, while you guys are trying to gauge this whole situation, the 3 of you are pushing your way through the chaos, trying to find that one section of exit from this from the hero's garden that you can wiggle out of. You do find a kind of it's a little ramshackly of a park, and you do find a section of it that seems to be bent out or rotted away. So you're actually able to kind of step through it without too much trouble, having known the location, and you just start to book it in the direction that you think the other 2 are. As you are running, are you still tied up? I forget.
I'm still tied up,
Okay.
but I know I could get free if I wanted to.
Then I'm going to say, because it is technically like you'd be walking half speed, you guys would have to pick her up and carry her. Or, okay. Can I have the 2 of you just make a strength check? As you're going to carry her through the...
20.
Nat 20?
Nat 20. I'm hanging strong, man.
14.
14. Okay. So, yeah, like I'm going to say that you can just like, you almost hoist her up on your back. So like she's like on, like you got her, yeah, piggyback ride, and Lilith,
I'm right behind.
Yeah, you're able to hold her back and make sure she's okay. So you guys are pushing forward. Can I have you all also, the 3 of you, make a stealth check as you're trying to be kind of discreet, though also. Yes.
We used to like piggyback rides. She's too grown up. That one's cocked.
22.
Too many dice in here.
13. Wow. Okay.
You stay
22.
Plus 10 even?
13 total. With
28.
22.
All
I
right.
like to try and stay in the shadows as much as possible and like dart between alleys if I can.
Sounds good. You don't really know the layout super well of this area, all things considered.
Possible.
You know the main streets, but the side streets are a different thing. Are you actively going to be like, let's take side streets, since you have her on your back?
I'd like to try to take side streets and hope that we don't run into anyone on the side streets.
Okay, so what happens is this. So you're running through and you're staying in the shadows, trying to like understand the layout of how these side streets might get you in the direction away from the main streets, since the main streets are so crowded right now, full of people and city guard. But as you're making your way through, you hit this one alleyway, and you swear you hit like almost like some sort of no outlet stop here. And as you hit this dead end, you turn around, but Fauna, because of your stealth check, somebody like jumps out, and you hear their voice from off in the corner. Hey, little lady, what are you doing out here at night all by yourself?
I unleash stinking cloud.
You were so ready with that. Oh my god.
Okay, what is it a save throw from it?
It is a third level spell slot.
And do they need to make a save?
They need to make a
think they do.
Constitution
Yeah, a con
saving throw against poison.
Oh wow, that is a 4. So, does this do damage, or is it just that they heave over and they can't breathe?
The creature spends its action that turn retching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe, or are immune to poison automatically succeed.
All right. So right away then, like you cast Stinking Cloud, and he's just like literally, and he just starts to vomit up like this very sad oatmeal-y mash that's starting to pass out. So you guys turn back around and start to
give me a
run.
high five first, because that was amazing. And now we go.
All right, so being able to escape very quickly with that Stinking Cloud, still with Fauna on your back.
Hold your breath! I think that's hilarious.
That was pretty good.
Just don't breathe in.
You're able to kind of hit a sharp corner and hit another sharp corner, and you actually overshot. And you make your way on the opposite end of the main street. Now, you do have to pass the biggest main street, which is about a solid 20 feet wide. That's just crowded with people. But you're able to kind of perch behind like a empty-looking casket, and okay, and you kind of gauge. There it is, the Passel area of the castle ward. But it's chaos right now. There's a solid 200, 250 people.
Okay, what's our plan?
Should I release another stinging cloud?
That's too many people to be vomiting. I think we'd flood the streets.
I would vomit.
I think perhaps we should just wait for a signal from Lala.
So just wait here, or
Maybe try and get a little bit closer, but keep hidden.
we just steadily walk through?
Okay, sounds
Make our
good.
way through.
You're just trying your best to stay together?
And stay hidden.
Okay. As you're doing so, it's a little tighter than you would like, as you guys are all pushing through. Roll a secondary stealth check to the best of your abilities.
That's better.
8. Okay.
Plus 10.
Oh, 18.
18. Okay.
29.
29. Okay. What's your passive perception?
10.
10? All right. How much gold do you have on you?
0. I don't have any gold. I
Really?
spent it all.
Really not? Can I see your character sheet real quick?
No.
Roll a deception.
I'm gonna roll deception on the DM.
He's such a master.
Ah!
Did you roll a nat 20?
23.
Oh, okay. If it was a nat 20, I would so give it to you. I'm going to say that as you're trying to push through this, unfortunately, you kind of get jolted at some point. You don't know why. You guys are mostly cloaked in shadow, and that's actually nice because you're able to kind of dip behind other people's chaos and almost not be seen as they're looking over, and you just pass without a trace helps so much. However, you, for a moment, as you get knocked, you kind of lose balance and you're a little loud as the jingling from your coins happen. There's so many people around you that you just stand up and you begin to walk. And then as you're starting to walk through and push through, you do feel like your gold load is a little bit lighter. As you feel your hip pocket, and you're like, someone just stole 20 gold from me.
Wait. How much do you have?
Oh.
I mean,
So someone just, when they had the opportunity, plucked that off you in this chaos. So there's someone pickpocketing around here.
I guess it's not from the party then.
It's okay, we're rich right now.
We kind of are.
Kind of want to go stab them.
Death later. Stealth first.
Fun.
All right.
I'm definitely killing someone today.
So, push through, a little frustrated that pockets are lighter, but you're able to hit the roped off section where just the city guards
I
are.
put my coin bag inside.
Yeah, you tuck that inside and you hold on to it tight.
Can I roll perception and see what I see?
Please do, yes.
20, dirty 20.
Nice. All right, so because you're on, this actually works, because you're on Moira's back, you get like another foot or two of like eyesight, which for you being a halfling, it's very difficult usually to see.
It's a nice view up here. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
I'm fairly tall.
I will also say that because of your current mood, you catch that there's a lot of adventure parties here with a lot of young, good-looking guys. So it's a little distracting, but with that high perception check, you sense them. You know they're around. But you stay focused on what's important,
I don't want
Fauna,
them
right?
to notice me right now. I'm really embarrassed
Don't get distracted.
by being
Fauna.
carried.
It's a piggyback. Who doesn't like it?
I know, but I have a child leash on.
It just looks like a rope.
So embarrassing.
But you are able, through the very large gate in the center. Now, you guys kind of push the right-hand side because there's actually, like, marbled texture walls here, like, so you cannot see inside of it. There's a very small area, much like Buckingham Palace, where, like, there's the gated area, but then there's, like, a secondary area where you can't even see past whatever threshold that is. So you're kind of getting the Buckingham Palace view here, which is only about, I'd say, about 50 to 60 feet wide before it just gets cut off. So you had to push center. There's tons of city guard here. It's about 2 deep. A lot of younger folk, young men and women who are probably lower level, who are just holding this rope and making sure people don't push in as curiosity is being struck. Also, at this point, after the chaos is happening for about the last 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, you guys are actually, like, catching that the commotion's kind of lessening now. The curiosity's kind of dipping down as certain adventurers are getting turned away. There's also some other policemen and city guard around who are arresting other people for petty crimes. So stuff's going on right now, and people are taking advantage of it or trying to help. As you hit that section in that open iron rod, like the beautiful, like, gold-trimmed gate, you can see through the gate that there seems to be 4 or 5 palace-like structures, the large Blackstaff Tower, some smaller homes, mansions, or things of that sort, all beautiful white marble, minus the Blackstaff Tower. And you do see what seems to be in the center, about 200 feet, 150 feet away from you, just on the cusp, like, you can barely see it, but because of the low light, you're actually able to catch that there's some sort of caravan. And it seems to be moving, or there seems to be people moving towards it, but you can kind of gauge. You see a little bit of what's happening on the inside. A little bit.
Can I squeeze through the gate? Am I small enough?
I am going to say it looks like it's not small enough for halfling. They've taken precautions, so people cannot just walk in. But there's a lot of people, city guardsmen, coming in and out of the doors. So about once every 30 seconds, someone's opening that door and running out. So usually about 4 to 5 people per session. They're almost swapping out information. They're giving each other orders.
I'm gonna try and sneak through.
Yeah.
I pass without trees.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to try it.
Fauna.
First, I have to sneak out of her bag.
Wants to try
Do
it.
you want to let them know you're doing this, or are you just
Yeah,
going to
what's
try
happening?
to do it?
I mean, my eyes are on you.
She's staring right at your back.
Well, okay, first we're gonna try and get out of the backpack situation.
Okay, just make a dex check.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so you try to find the, like, knot that you know that if you pull that knot, you're out of this. But, like, it's not where you thought it was. Like,
It's
you
not.
think that...
Oh! Where you thought it was.
We're full of it today. N-O-T.
This is bad.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
I
you're
try
gonna need,
and I
you're gonna need
fail
help.
and
You're gonna
you
need help.
guys. I thought I could get out of this. Can we try and get in?
Yes, I would like to try and get in if we can.
Why are we trying to get in?
That's where all this shit is happening.
Something's happening.
People
I'm
need help.
bored.
People need help.
How long do we have this pass without trace?
An hour.
And you're about 20 minutes in. So you have another 40 minutes to pass without a trace.
We have some time.
Okay. I'm down to go in.
Does this gated area?
And
is it,
also,
like-
you know, while I'm at it, I'm just gonna bless us.
That's good.
Thank you.
So your hands are kind of tied to the side. You have to touch
Her
her
hands
bless,
aren't tied.
right? Oh, not any longer?
her hands were never
They were
tied.
never
It's the
They were
backpack.
never tied. I see.
Backpack.
She's in a little snuggie backpack,
Yeah,
I see.
you know those the like backpacks that people have on their kids in Disneyland. It's like a monkey that's holding on to
With the
you
leash, yep.
With the tail.
There you go.
That's great.
You get to roll that if you need it.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's a little
It's a
healed
little
out.
blessing.
Sweet, thank you. Oh my darling.
So you just bless your friends here.
I'm annoyed with you, but I care about you and love you still.
Yeah, I'm giving you a piggyback ride. I thought you liked it.
So,
Back when you were a child.
I don't actually have to
growing
touch.
up on us.
no, bless is not touched.
Bless is not touch.
Oh, that's great. So you can just say it. You don't even have to touch them.
Bless you guys.
You feel a little light of Lathander in your hearts as she says that. But really, what this is there's a solid wall of people in front. So you're going to have to push past these guards in some sort of way. Then the second thing is, like, you'll have to time out.
Wait, can I take her off my back and hand her to Lilith and say, I could Misty Step over. Do you think that you two can find a way in?
I have Dimension Door. Might be able to.
When did you get Dimension Door?
Since we left.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Dimension Door is amazing.
Let's see. Can I do that with her? On my.
You can
Like,
you can
I
take
think
someone
you can
through.
bring one person through.
Of the
I'm
same
fairly
size?
certain. Yes.
Yes. So. Oh no, I already used. Did I get my spell slot back with rest?
No, it hasn't been a long
Can't
rest yet.
use,
No.
Dimension Door. Okay.
Wait, what did I use that on? This is my.
to get past the last gate.
Right.
When you guys were coming after me.
Lots of
Right.
gates.
That
Lots
one.
of gates on
Right.
the chessboard.
Sorry.
Okay. I could. I have a disguise kit.
Can you disguise both of you?
I could disguise us both as
City guards.
those city guards.
Usually, a
really-
disguise kit takes an hour to put on. Usually,
Do you have a disguised self?
I'm gonna say you could do
we're-
it.
We're past without trace, so let's just try to
You want to try and run through?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're just gonna try and go through at one of the open opportune moments.
Wait, can I try?
Okay.
Can I Misty Step? Will it work? On the other side of the gate?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try and Misty Step over to the other side of the gate.
All right, you take a moment. You focus. Can I have you roll I want this to be. Let's have this be a wisdom saving throw.
Okie doke. Am I running right into the gate?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
We'll see.
We'll see. Wisdom saving throw? So 24.
Okay. Because it's a nat 20 for
I am
canon.
wise.
You take a moment, and as you try to create this enchantment and push it through, and then like transport yourself onto the other side, you feel like a pressure that's trying to divert it and push you in a different direction, almost as if there's some sort of protection spell that's going to force it in a different direction. So you don't know where you might have ended up, but it was trying to make it so you could not enter. There is some sort of protective magic on the exterior of this entrance point.
Even with men. I'm sorry, Nat 20. Okay, well, I'm just going to follow you then and try and get to the other side because my Misty Step doesn't work. I figured it might not, but let's worth a shot.
All right. So you guys are going to try to push through the city guard. Can I have you guys roll a strength check? Try to do that.
Stick with you. Oh. It was rolling so well.
19.
Okay.
16.
7.
Okay. So this is like,
But
like,
I'm holding her, right?
Yeah, she is holding me. That's true.
okay, I'm going to say that because of how tight this is, it's like you'd have to, and you're not trying to rouse suspicion here. You're not trying to like rip two people apart and have them get curious about why that happened. So it takes a moment as you have to like kind of like essentially get the leash because you haven't fully gone out of the rope yet, have you? So you have to hold on to the leash section as you push through, and Moira goes, and you're able to make it on the other side just quietly enough, but that like Fauna can't get through. Like two of these city guards that kind of get closer together as they feel that push. And right now she's like stuck in the swarm of chaos as the two of you are on the outside of it.
Can I bend down and try and pull her through their legs?
All right.
Can I just like duck and crawl between them?
You can try.
I'm gonna try.
Let's make this be, and don't forget you have blessed too, which is a 1d4 that you get to add to your rolls right now. So don't
You are
forget
blessed.
that. So you take a moment, you try to yank her through as you try to crawl. Make this be a dex check.
Is it
Yeah,
stealth?
that was a strength. No, just a dex check to see if you can get through the chaos.
14.
Okay. So, sorry. So as you
Wait, I'm blessed. Should I bless on this moment?
Oh, you shouldn't be adding bless to all of your spells. You can do it for a full minute, like to any of your checks.
Oh, I didn't know it was a continuous thing.
Yeah. So I think it's a 1 minute continuous spell, if I'm not mistaken.
15.
15. And do you mind reading bless just so they know their benefits of bless? I think it's 1 minute.
You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Yeah. So it's a saving throw. That's
so
it.
I should have
But
been blessed on my...
on the save throw.
Save.
On the saves.
Oh, only on... It says ability check.
Oh, I thought you said saving throws only.
Or ability check.
Yay! So that was correct.
Oh, wait. Attack roll.
Oh.
Saving
Attack roll.
throw.
Yes, I know these spells can get so minute, and I'm always like, oh, okay, I'm learning new things all the time.
Okay, yeah. I'm guessing on ability, just attack or saving.
Yeah. So, but it takes a moment as you like. I'm gonna have you now roll a con saving throw.
Okay.
After you did that dex check real quick. So this is when you could add a bless.
Con save. 16, 17, 18, 19.
So what happens is Fauna, you get on all fours, like ready to climb through as you like begin to pull her, and these city guards are like big men and women trying to like stop people from coming through. One of them doesn't even see you, steps on your back, crunch as you get, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage just on your foot. You're currently pinned down, knocked prone, like pinned down by the foot, and you're like squirming underneath it as you like try not to retch because that was such a hard hit. And with what's happening right now with your body, you feel very sensitive to these sensations, but you do not throw up or vomit. But she's pinned down. She's like
kind of hide myself around a corner, get a javelin, and whack him in the back of the knee just to make his knee like weak.
So what I need you guys to do after that happened, just the three of you roll a stealth check to try to stay quiet as this is happening.
Remember to add Ted and your bless.
24.
Wait, no, this is ability check, right?
Ability
Yeah.
check, yes.
Okay. 18.
26.
26, okay.
Wait,
So-
what am I rolling?
stealth check.
Oh, wait, I have it. 20.
20, okay. So you guys feel like after you see this, you almost are like, oh, but you remember to stay quiet, not to raise your voices, keep up the suspicion that nothing's, you're not here on the other side of the wall of the men and women guard. And you just kind of hunker down, and you see her pinned, and she's like trying to squirm out. So you have full gauge of the situation. No one seems to notice you yet. So do what you will. But right now you're like stuck beneath his foot, and you don't know how to get out.
But can I do what I...
You want to try to hit him with the back of your
Just on
lance?
the back of the knee, you know how you get hit in the back of the knee?
Yeah.
Even if it's just a tap and your knee kind of goes, oh!
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to just, like, real quick and appear as if I'm just, like, part of the
So
mass.
this is
on
not
the
to
other
hurt
side
him.
of the
So,
wall.
so
No,
can I just
not
have
to
it be a strength check real quick?
1.
A 1?
No.
So this is what happens.
Uh,
You take your lance, you said?
Javelin.
Your javelin.
The wood part, not
And you
the
take,
sharp part.
You take the wood part, and you turn it around, and you whack him. But you whack him so well that you didn't realize that this is a very specific formation that they created that is strong on one side and weak on the other. So, as you hit the back of his leg, one by one, like dominoes, they fall. As all these people on the street are starting to push through towards the gate. And it's just chaos in the street right now. As people are starting to push their way towards the palace, you see the city guard with like fear in their eyes as you can hear them screaming as they're going to close the gate, and you can hear them like close the gate, man the gate, like we don't have time, put barriers. So yeah, you can grab her at this point.
I've got her.
All right, you guys are 10 feet away, but right now they're closing that gate, and you can see the city guards are running through.
We're just gonna
Run.
book it.
Okay, so
Athletics.
athletics check. Just try to make it, you guys.
No!
Do we add anything?
Just a check.
Acrobatics?
No, just athletics. check.
18.
Wait, you mean acrobat? Oh,
Athletics.
25.
25, okay.
18.
Okay, so you're able to make it through, like, realizing the panic that's set in your eyes as you accidentally did this too well. You turn
holding
around.
I'm holding her.
Oh, you, okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
scooped her up.
I'll say that you scoop her up. You're able to just get through without creating too much suspicion. It does provide you more cover. As the gates, like, slam behind you, you see all of these wards. You see other people and adventurers having made their way in, too, and the city guard are trying to push them all back. Like, there's a solid 15 to 20 people right now who should not be in here who have made it in. Like, a party that's, like, closed door, but, like, all the people are pushing into the party. And you two, from a distance, catch this happening too. There's warnings going off, alarms. You hear like even more commotion as people are trying to handle and shutting down the front of the palace. You can hear people talking about full lockdown. Like, it's crazy.
We chose a bad plan. Is there? Can I see any place where we could possibly hide, be out of sight, just away and tucked in a corner somewhere?
This is
Perception.
Yes, I'll have you guys roll a perception check quickly as this is happening.
19.
9. Okay, so as you're like, and you're in the arms, you're getting thrown around, like you can't really see. You are able to catch that this is an open courtyard, like a palace meeting grounds where the people will have their horses or do parades or something of some sort of nature. The closest thing towards you right now, how wide and how big this is, solid 150, 200 feet away.
We can hide.
No, not right now. The only thing that you can catch.
An open area?
It's all open. It's like an open courtyard,
giant courtyard,
and then huge Blackstaff Tower in the distance. This ginormous palace in the center. These big white marbled structured buildings on the right hand side where you two are currently. Otherwise, there's the caravan in the center and all these people who look like they're shackled, but it's just people and the buildings very far away.
Are there any shadows?
Are there any shadows we can run into?
Yeah.
I can cast darkness.
I can cast Lemonboots' tiny hut for us.
Just a tiny hut in the middle of
Aren't
the
people
courtyard.
gonna
If we
notice
go to
that?
a shadow, it takes a minute to cast those, so we'd have to run to a shadow and hide, and I'd have to cast.
The closest thing would be like bolting about 150 feet away towards Blackstaff Tower and trying to take like repose in its shadow, but you have no idea. And you witnessing the protective magics of what was on the outskirts of this, knowing that only physical entry is allowed or whatever this might be, you have no idea what sort of protections could be the closer you get to these very large buildings.
I'm going to obviously let those two know what happened and what I felt, and you know.
So as this is happening, you hear the city guards, and people are starting to break away from you to the point that, like, there's not cover, there's not adventurers around you, there's not city folk, there's nobody. Like, right now you're going to be in open space, like, semi-stealth.
I could start a fire.
Where are they going? Wait, where are they going? If
create
people
a
are dispersing,
distraction.
where are they going?
The city guards are grabbing them and questioning them. There's questioning
the
happening.
Taking them
shadows.
off. Okay, I think that we should
I could light a
make
fire
a
over
break
here
for it. Just make a break for
to
it.
create a distraction, and then we can run to the shadows and make a plan.
Okay.
'Cause they'll be so busy putting out the fire.
That's a bad omen. That is a bad omen.
The ghost just knocked
My-
out of her head.
My guides are telling me to not start a fire. I'm going to.
I think that it might hurt more than
withdraw.
Let's just run to the
I
shadows.
start
Let's
bleeding
just,
out.
We're gonna don't bleed out. We're gonna just run to the shadows. Run as fast as we
Okay,
can.
which shadows? There's the Blackstaff Tower. There's this other beautiful palace in the center.
the tower?
There's a white marbled.
Whatever's closest.
Okay, that's the closest thing is Blackstaff Tower.
Okay, let's go to the tower.
Okay.
I've got it.
Kelly's like excited about what's horrible things
horrible
gonna
things
happen when we go towards Blackstaff Tower. She's like, okay.
So as you're running up towards this very unique looking tower, as you guys are able to kind of like have your eyes adjust to it, it seems to be almost spire-like. There's some sort of main entrance. It's hard to tell what this could be like, but as you're just starting to walk towards it, just run, you see that there's a gate also in front of this section. That seems to also secondary gate. So like you can't even.
There's no shadows we can run to then.
Is there like a corner of the gate?
All right. So if you walk if you run on the outside of the gate all the way to the left hand side in the pocket where this like smaller gate meets the larger marbled gate that oversees this whole area, you could probably hide in that corner.
Okay, go to that corner.
Okay, so this is a solid 200-foot run, just like bolting it as you guys are running. So stealth check from the three of you.
God.
30.
Oh. Well, we get to add 10.
Yeah.
So 20.
15.
30.
30. Okay. So you, in Fauna's hands, are able to run and just bolt. Moira,
Oh no.
as you're running, and you don't realize it, but your armor is giving you away, and suddenly a solid group of 6 or 7 of these guards who were walking around in pockets stop you. And one of them goes, you have no authority, no entrance in here. What are you doing? I understand that you are curious, no doubt. You have
I'm
ability.
not curious. Please listen to me. My name is Lady Muirren, and I have some information. I know it is impossible to talk to Madame Silverhand, but I feel
Information
that I
about
must.
what? Are you a curious adventurer? Are you somebody who is trying to...
No, the robberies. I saw something and I would like to report it. And it concerns a member of her closer party, one of the masked lords.
Make a persuasion check.
5.
5?
Wait! 10.
10?
Because it's a 6.
Okay. This person looks drained and exhausted, and this is the 100th time they've said this to somebody who's tried to come into the tower or handle the situation, and I'm sorry, but we cannot attend to these inquiries. Everyone's saying they have information about this. I don't know what's real or not. We are going to have to bring it to court in the next week or so when we can and do a thorough investigation. I'm sorry, madame.
Can I sort of like very stealthily have my ring, my signet ring that shows that I'm a noble, and just be like, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, do I get anything from my noble perks? Because
I'll give you an advantage as you
Okay.
slowly put your hands
Just
up with
to,
your
like-
ring on.
I am a noble woman.
Yes.
Please listen to me. I'm just trying to help. 18.
Okay. As you bring up the ring, you hear like a... I understand protocol. You must speak with a higher level senior... Fine, Varlin, as she's like calling him over. This very large man, this short buzz cut, deep set blue eyes, wearing very beautiful armor, ornate armor that maybe has seen the light of battle in some sort of way, but is clearly a higher level general. He begins to walk towards you. Arms kind of skeptically at his sides. He's got a very specific walk as he kind of peers you down and is trying to gauge what you need. He puts his hands in front of him.
Keep my hands away from the weapons. I don't want to be threatening at all.
He just gives you a deep nod. Can I help you? What's your name?
Lady Moira Muirren of Green Run.
Green Run. I see. May I help you right now? You can see we have a bit of a situation in our hands.
Yes, I understand. And if there's any way that I can help, I know that thousands of people are attempting to help you. Point me in the direction and I will help. But I have some information that I think might be important to your cause about the robberies.
It's unnerving. How did you get in here? Who granted you access?
My nobility was given access. It's amazing what would happen if you throw your name around, and unfortunately I did use it.
He kind of looks to the underling next to him, this younger woman who is just clearly trying to earn her rank, and she's like, it's a really nice ring, Harlan.
Please do not look down on her. I promise the information that I have is vital.
Very well, if you say so. We are going to be having a very private meeting in no more than half an hour from now. We will take any sort of thoughts or insight that you might have. We're doing it in the Marble Palace just across the way here in the front court.
It does have something to do with a masked lord who I think might have stolen from the madam. I know you don't believe me, and that's perfectly
As
fine.
everyone else starts to laugh, too. And he just kind of, he puts his hand on your shoulder and just pats you twice.
She was missing some earrings, was she not? Giant green with some blue.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
19.
As the laughter's happening and you say that, he stops and he just turns to you. And he
do
looks
not
at
have
you.
them.
He looks at you like, how do you know this?
You may search me if you wish.
And as this is happening, in the chaos of the center point of the palace, in the courtyard, the marbled courtyard, we're going to take a 15 or 10-minute break or so at the height of the investigation beginning. And we'll start from there. Good job, you guys.
We're gonna go on chat so we can chat with you guys.
Send us your
Break.
questions,
Send us
comments.
questions.
So many things happen that I wasn't expecting.
Y'all
So
seem
great.
stressed.
Yeah. I'm so stressed.
I need to go to the bathroom.
I need to go lay down. I need a snack.
You guys are doing so good, though.
It's so fun.
It's really hard to break into the palace
I
area
was
of
so
Waterdeep. Like, that's not
scared that
easy.
This specific situation would happen, and now
Oh,
I should
man.
have cast guidance, not.
Oh, guidance. The guidance is it. Yeah.
But that's only one.
Plus is great though for saving throws. Like if you get yourself into a very dangerous situation, that's awesome.
Take it.
Good job, you
I'm
guys.
super persuasive.
Good fun. I'm gonna pause the music for now and the ambiance noise as
You
we
guys chat. I'm gonna
talk with
snack.
you guys.
All right. Yeah, here we are in chat. So
Ooh.
happy Halloween. We're freaking stressed.
My heart is beating so hard right now.
What are we dressed as? We are dressed as
Death.
spooky versions of our characters.
Dead
Honestly,
versions of our characters.
I am a dead pixie because I don't know if you can see, but I've got glitter all over my skull.
Yeah,
Might
we're
be
dressed
too subtle.
as dead versions of our characters, which may come true, depending on what happens next. I hope this attractive blue-eyed man doesn't stab me.
Thanks, Akeisha.
While I die, I'll tell him I think he's cute.
I tell him everything's cute.
This is a question for Lilith when she gets back. Is Lilith feeling pain from her horn damage?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Allie says yes. Yes, she is.
It's crazy. There's like a ghost in the like my
Yes.
horns
Yeah.
are falling. Your horns are falling.
I know. I'm gonna fix your horns later.
Yeah, I know. It probably looks more like I have crazy ears today, but that's okay.
Kim, can I have a red wine?
Mm?
I got 3 for me.
Aw,
Allie, will you get me some
family.
red?
I'm about to go over there.
It's called true
anyways.
love
I'm
right
about to go
there.
over there anyway and get
Can you
some.
get one?
Do you
Yeah,
feel
I
like
can.
there's like a spooky ghost in the studio today
Lots of
messing with
spells.
all of our horns?
All of them.
All
I
of
like
spells.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like I should take a feat at this point.
What's the question?
I know.
What feats or spells are you looking forward to when you level up?
Dallas, I was thinking of how cool it would be to have like spooky wings tonight, but I don't have any spooky wings, so.
By the way, whenever I'm looking down at my phone, I swear I'm still totally engaged. I'm just looking up other animal stats to see what animal options I can turn into.
You guys are great.
But I
You
always
guys are
feel
always.
bad. Like I look like I'm just futzing around on my phone. I'm legit looking up like.
I genuinely love incorporating technology
Hi,
into games as
Kelen.
much as I can. So not a
Okay.
problem. Not a
You
problem.
were up so early, or up so late.
Wait, what?
Dranishka says, "Girls, hi. It's
Kelen!
4 a.m. and I woke up from jet lag."
Hi! Oh, we miss you. Hope shooting's going well.
What's Dranishka up to right now? What's she doing?
Yeah, tell us. Give us some insight.
I'll roll an insight check for
How are
you.
the Dragonborns in?
Oh,
It's near Transylvania-ish.
Schmulgaria.
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 Someone says tonight it's Fauna the vampire and her undead army.
I know. I need to get more undead.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
I miss my army.
Sneakers and Mr.
Gabriel
Bubbles.
Knight says,
Such a bummer. Maybe rip.
oh, sorry. I got distracted by Kelen. What's our favorite candy?
Ooh,
you know these
who's
Reese's.
ours?
I mean, I
Love
shouldn't
those
say that.
gummies.
Are we allowed to say
So
brands?
good. I think we can. We're allowed to say what we love, as long as we're like, it's clearly not
I
endorsed
just
by
like peanut butter and
Dungeons
chocolate together. That's
Yeah,
my
really
favorite candy.
My favorite candy growing up was Sour Punch straws, I think they're
Oh
called.
yeah, they're so good.
So good.
I used to like eat those like every day.
Rachel, is Moira from the Greek word for fate? What? Someone asks, is Moira coming from the Greek word fate?
Yes. Also, I just really like the name.
Also, she just really likes the name. But yes.
But
It's
she,
Greek for
she,
fate.
a lot of what I have in mind for her is her fighting her own fate, which is a super Greek idea. All of the Greek epics, the Odyssey, the Iliad, everything, it was about the Greeks fighting their own fate and not being able to get away from it because it's fate. So yeah.
Let me give one. Oh, did Kim get more? I was gonna give her one of. Once you browned, I got more.
I will
No,
let
we
you
are
know.
not doing the raffle tonight.
No
So
raffle.
don't worry. You're not late. There was no raffle. today.
Everyone wins the raffle of friendship with GGG.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a good raffle.
You win the raffle of our heart.
Yes.
That's like not a thing.
I like that one.
But it could be a thing.
It could be.
It could be a thing.
Why not?
I will. How about for gift? We tell you what we're going as for Halloween, or what we did go as for Halloween. I think that'd be a fun little
Yeah.
shared moment. I would love to know what some of you guys are doing. Like, if you got any cool costumes, I'd love to hear about
Yeah,
it.
tell us about your Halloween costumes.
Yeah, please.
Maybe we'll tell you.
Is
about
anyone
ours.
going as one of us?
That would be cool.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so cool. But we're going. The three of us. Stay tuned on the meads because I'm gonna post. Hopefully, we post about it if we can figure out which night we're gonna do it.
When we're gonna meet together. Yeah.
But
I'm
we're
working on Halloween.
Hocus Pocus. We're gonna do Hocus Pocus.
We're gonna be the Sanderson sisters.
The Anderson sisters. It's revealed.
Who's who?
I'm Kathy and Jimmy.
Yeah.
I so badly want to be
Mary?
Kathy and Jimmy.
I'm Winifred.
Mary.
Winifred.
Wait,
And
who
I'm gonna be
does
Sarah.
Mira like?
Mary.
Bette Midler.
You're Batman.
Yep. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
Sarah
Bette Midler.
Jessica Parker.
That's JP. Cool.
Good old
That
SJP.
wig is amazing, by the way.
It's kind of been a
Thanks,
dream.
gorgeous.
It's kind of been a dream of mine to do the Sanderson sisters, so that's really exciting.
I normally would never be able to be Winifred. I'm so excited.
Someone,
excited.
Gabriel Knight 52 asked, "Is GGG girls only forever?" Most of the time, yes. We did do boys' butts glory last year.
We'll do another one.
And we
right?
are going to do another
Yeah.
one this year. We don't know when yet,
So it's
but
not
it's going to
girls
happen.
forever.
And we could have.
love boys too.
We love
Dude,
boys.
yes, we
playing.
don't care.
Yeah,
But we also love getting all the awesome D&D girls we know involved.
it's true.
Also true.
Yeah, it's
Because
kind of.
there are so many great.
A lot of our
Millions.
friends are girls, and they all want to play, so we bring them in.
It's also exciting too because it's like it's fun being able to like introduce people to D&D, and like some people need the like like the cure because they have different skills. Everyone's got different skills. Some people love games. Some people love role playing. So it's nice when you can open up the door for friends of ours who are curious about it and like kind of like
I love teaching
coax
people.
them
And
into
we
it.
got the boyfriends
Yeah.
involved in
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
Butts Glory.
Yeah, were they like I need more kind of thing.
Yeah, they both want to play
Oh,
more.
they're super down to play.
Kelly's horns are rebelling tonight.
So are Lilith.
We are going to, and so actually, yes, so are Lilith. So we're going to try to fix those.
Yeah, what do they look like? Do they kind of look like
They match. They're
They match
symmetrical
at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like
Yeah,
lying down.
It's kind of like they're oh god, what is it? Not an antelope, but there are horns that go back like that.
Oh, okay, so like yeah.
Someone
it's-
says a ghost keeps knocking them down.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening, and I'm not gonna lie. Halloween and I don't have a great history. I got a lot of stories of me being like accidentally. There was one night I got. This is a fun little story. This is like a raffle of your heart kind of thing because it's like a raffle if I'm going to survive Halloween every year. Because I think that there's spirits that follow me. I once got jumped and robbed by 5 people, but 4 people when I was 14 years old and trick-or-treating freshman year of high school, which led to a huge car chase sequence. It was a crazy scenario. But then the year after, I got caught on fire.
What?
So my hair got caught on fire. And yeah, like every year, something like crazy happens because the spirit realm and our realm get real close, and they like to come out and they like to haunt me. Is what I tell myself.
Vexed.
Well, why don't we do some like protection magic on you?
Ooh.
Stay away from the pool. Stay away from open flame. We're just gonna put you in a bubble.
We're gonna wrangle
and
you.
then you're gonna have a really
There's
good
gonna
Halloween.
there's gonna be like 3 bodyguards around
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
at all
I'm okay.
times on Halloween, just like making sure she doesn't like fall.
Too
or
close to the
something.
flame. Too close to the floor. Too close to an
Have you
eye.
ever, like asked what it will take for them to stop fucking with you? If
I
it's
haven't.
spirits?
I haven't yet because it's like, well, I kind of had to come to peace with it. See, the thing is, this is why I don't watch ghost movies or like anything about haunting, because I don't like to open that door of entry point. Because I really do think that there's a very close proximity to me, and now that I've kind of made like come to peace with it and like laughed about it, as like I've discovered this is so crazy. As long as I acknowledge them, and as long as I participate a little bit in like Halloween or like a recognition of death or like things like that, then nothing happens. It's the years where like I'm getting too immersed about it or getting too in my head about it that they come out. It's like a trick or treat. They always choose the trick on me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been
best.
much better the past 8 years or so.
Ehix
Crazy.
85.
That is crazy.
Well, here's some good news. Ehix 85 says, not a question, but it is on my bucket list to play in a game ran by Kelly. You're an amazing DM. It would be so fun to play with you all.
It's true. She's a great DM.
she's-
She's amazing.
That'd be magical if one day we could like run a game with, you know.
Yeah.
Available for parties. It would be amazing if one day we could run a session and just bring in like maybe a convention or something.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, and just do like a 15-minute, like a bite-sized game where we get to like hang out and do a little thing.
That would
together. It'd be so awesome.
Kelen said that she brought her horns to Bulgaria.
She did. Helen, you have to take photos.
Yes.
Photo.
We want to see them.
Bulgaria.
Often, yes, we do sometimes have guest players.
Yeah. We're probably gonna have one
Yeah,
soon.
we'll probably have some while Colin's away.
Yeah, once or twice. We we're gonna keep posted, keep tuned because we like to surprise you guys as well with like last minute folk and maybe Sujata. Don't know.
Someone asked, what source does Lala's pixie come from? Like, my stats and stuff, it's from the D&D wiki page.
Homebrew.
It's a homebrew
yeah.
pixie.
Like a hybrid D&D Pathfinder picks, but yeah.
If you hit me up on Twitter, I can DM you a link. Or reply you a link. I can send you a link.
I think down the line that would be so cool if there's like an official module released. Who wouldn't want to play like a sprite or pixie or something cute and
be so much fun.
sparkly?
Because
Like,
they
it's
do
awesome.
have pixies in the monster manual, but I don't think there's as much glitter.
Boring.
Not
more
boring,
glitter.
but-
Everyone needs more glitter.
I can't stop eating. For those of you who don't know,
Sujata
serving me on this break.
is incredibly busy. She's a busy woman.
She's
Yes.
writing, she's pitching shows, she's starring in movies, she's so busy. Yeah.
Rightfully so. I mean, like, it's so exciting to be surrounded. You guys are all doing so much. Some of us are moving. Some of us are like,
Yeah.
some of us
are moving.
Yeah.
The sisters are both moving.
Yeah.
We just bought a house, so we're renovating.
Not me. She
So
was
exciting.
My fiance and I bought a house.
fiance.
So big.
Fiance.
Such a big deal. It's so
Wrong
cool.
hand.
My fiance.
And we're hitting all these fun, like, life
Oh.
marks, you know? Travel, work, love.
Thank you, TK has joined the fray for providing that link.
And thanks for tuning in to our later show today. It's
Yeah,
really,
thank
it's
you.
really, I'm glad you guys made it in without getting killed or arrested.
Dallas says he should be Ichabod's mom for Halloween next year. Yes. Dallas, please.
Please, Dallas, please.
Where's everyone tuning in from? I know. I feel like we often have people from Europe, but it's way too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it's like it started at 1 a.m.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Moloch said that.
Wow, that's
Said that they're
great.
gonna have to get catch the VOD.
Sorry for anyone tuning in super early, but also thanks.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
It's like, you know,
We like having
it's
you all here.
darker
We like you.
outside. It's
We like
spooky
you.
time, you know. Most D&D people I know play at night. It's ambiance, isn't it? Very ambiance-esque.
Especially if you're doing Ravenloft.
Yeah. I have
Whoa. Mentioum says, how long does the show normally run? It's 2:35 a.m. here in London. We play
More than 25.
we go
Oh,
till
no.
8:30.
8:30.
So about 45 more minutes.
45 more minutes.
Oh, I thought we were going till 9.
No, I thought it was a 2.5
It's
hours.
2.5 hours.
Oh
It's always two. Our show is always two
yeah.
and a half.
I forget these
I
things.
forget where the 30 minutes goes. It's that like half an hour where I'm always like, where does it move? Where does it
Florida,
Usually we start at
New
3.
York, Oklahoma,
Oh.
Canada.
Canada! Hey!
Canada,
Michigan,
Hey.
Sweden,
Sweden!
Oh, well, hi.
Far.
Kentucky,
What time is it?
Australia.
Portugal.
more people in the UK.
This is all around the world. I'm gonna cry.
Texas.
We're gonna be-
Lived in
I'm gonna cry.
Austin
Hey,
for a
here's
bit.
some fun.
Amazing.
I'm
thing.
from Texas.
Erica and
Where
I-
in Texas?
Erica
Austin.
and I are going to be
Austin.
in London in March.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be
Okay.
doing D&D in a castle.
I'm
gonna be. You guys can actually.
I should play a game while you're there.
Yeah, you guys can actually like get
Yes,
tickets, like and play with me. I'm gonna do this thing with Uncommon Trust called D&D in a Castle, and Maze Arcana does it too, like where you get to go for weeks and play with people. And I'm gonna be in Newcastle and
That sounds like so much
DMing,
fun.
and I'm so excited because like I'm obsessed with London and England in general and all things. So to be in a castle playing D&D, it's like a bucket list item. I'm so honored. I'll have to tell you guys all about it. Yeah, yeah.
I think I know about it.
Oh yeah.
But
Mentio.
I recommend it to you.
I'm really excited.
Michigan, Sweden. Oh wait, we've heard Sweden. Birmingham, UK.
Wow.
Birmingham. San Diego. Not too far. Indianapolis, Greece.
Ooh.
Greece is
Wichita,
the word.
Kansas. Manchester.
Wichita?
I was in
My
Manchester.
family's from Wichita. That's amazing. I love
Earlier
it.
this
Little
year.
Wichita.
It's like all around the world. I'm like getting emotional as they're saying all these places,
I
and I'm like,
know.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Ohio.
Kiwis.
My
Thanks for staying up.
husband, my
Hello.
future husband's from Ohio.
Aw.
look at this
said
wonderful game bringing people like all around the world together. It's gonna make me cry.
Seriously, thank you for joining us, guys.
Still up.
All right, it looks like we're at a countdown for the game to start up again,
Yes.
you guys. If we're good to go, and
Yes.
thank you for again tuning in. All
All
right,
right. Closing chat now.
closing the chat. Thanks, you
for
guys.
chatting.
See you afterwards.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter if you have more questions.
Yeah.
Yes,
Always question us on Twitter. That's totally
and
fine.
we will give our handles at the end of the session. And yes.
Hashtag Girls Guts Glory.
That's a good way to find us. too.
Love you. So let's pick it up from where we left off. It is
Second, I forgot.
currently insanity as this the whole front area of the palace had been closed and put on lockdown, it seems like. There's a storm of noise occurring. Moira has just engaged in a conversation with this stout-looking, blonde-haired man as he kind of is just staring you. And then after you said that, he just takes a moment and he goes, looking into you.
That's inappropriate. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Do you believe me?
I don't see why you would come into the courtyard of the Palace of Waterdeep and just spurt out that information if at least you didn't have a little bit more.
Yes, I would not willfully put myself in danger if I did not have important information.
Those earrings, she's been looking for them for some time now. They didn't go missing in the last 24 hours or so.
It's been a couple days, hasn't it? So here's the thing. I have a couple of friends. We are an adventuring party. I am a paladin of Helm. All that I want is to help people. Unfortunately, my friend saw something shiny, followed it. We ended up in a bit of a precarious situation with some...
Before you continue, he waves his hands, and everybody else kind of skeptically looks at him as they begin to break away.
Okay.
And he's giving you space right now. Like, he doesn't want all of his men and women around him overhearing this conversation.
Are we hiding in the shadows watching this?
You're far, like, you booked it about 125 feet away from here. I'm assuming that you guys were getting ready to cast a tiny hut, and then you just saw Moira was caught up, like stopped by a very large woman who was like,
so we're watching
do not continue.
intently.
Yes, you're watching intently. Just on the cusp of your vision. You have to get about 120 feet away to really see it, but...
Can I also cast Sending to Lala?
Sure. To sending, I think sending you just, what's the radius of sending?
It's range is unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay.
It's just a creature you're familiar with.
Sure. So you take a moment. Focus.
Okay, so I focus. I send a message to Lala that says, "We're in the castle. Where are you? Do you have any information?" Because I think I can send one message of 25 words or less.
Okay.
And the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
Okay. I'm going to say, dropped the earrings in front of her. A hooded figure took it. Rowan pooped on them.
But I also asked, "Where are you?"
Oh, right. White, by the white marble building, or on top of the white marble building.
Okay.
So you get a couple pings of information as well as like general location as you kind of look in that direction. You see the building right as day.
Okay. Did you find out anything?
Lala's over there. She dropped the earrings. One of the guards got them. Rowan pooped on that guard.
Teamwork.
Oh wait, I thought I.
Like halfway into
I know,
it, I
I
was
was
like,
like, interesting. Okay.
she just suddenly, it's like when puberty hits a boy and his voice just drops.
Yeah, she's been going through a lot of hormonal changes here.
Things are happening. I'm becoming more of a woman. And my nose cleared for a second.
Should we maybe go over there?
Let's stay where we're safe and observe what happens with Moira, and at least we know what direction they're at or what's happening.
So,
And she knows, Lala knows where we are.
No, I just told her. Oh, she knows we're in the castle,
Okay.
in the grounds.
Okay.
as the two of you guys are talking, you ran over to the darkest corner you could find. You kind of turned around. What's your passive perceptions, the two of you?
10.
13.
Okay. You swear there's like some sort of light force coming suddenly from like a light amber glow coming from behind you. And you take a moment as you look and you see the eyes of a statue open up as it's beginning to walk towards you and engage. So let's roll initiative real quick. As it's currently in this corner, the two of you guys, so I'm going to place you guys where you're all due. So,
I'm on the far edge.
you're on the far end. So, we're going to have...
Also,
statue.
side note, check
Yes.
out our awesome custom minis from WizKids.
They're
Yeah, these are
amazing. I have
amazing.
cried over mine.
I
There
don't
are
know,
pictures.
Steve, are we on the minis?
Cute little ones are off in the corner.
Yeah, we're a
on
little
the
bit
minis
further away
so you
than
guys
this,
can
just to
see
give you
them
the
down
list.
in the corner.
Oh, I know. And then,
They're so
unfortunately,
Those two have
our
to
good
play.
friends here are not going to be
Yeah.
engaged in this battle. But
Ichabod and
Ichabod, yes.
Dranisha.
So, Moira, I'm not going to put a 1,000 minis in front of you. I'm
Yeah,
just going
yeah,
to grab one of them.
We can't see Lala.
Am I able to
No.
very quickly give him all the information
Yes.
about the gold eyes, the limping, it
Well,
was a fiend?
he's
the
going
mask?
to take a moment with you because he's a little... He himself is keeping his guard up about
Uh-huh.
this,
And I
and
wanna-
for some reason dispersed a bunch of his men. And
Well,
women around you.
to further that, I want to lean in a little bit closer to make sure that it's just us that hears this conversation.
Yeah.
He and I.
Yeah, and he stopped you right here. Okay, so I know you can't quite see it on the mini map, but he stopped her pretty far away. So, as this is occurring, Fauna will roll initiative to see what happens as this statue comes alive with its eyes.
Yeah.
Just for now, I would love everyone to roll an initiative so we can try to figure out what's happening, because there's probably going to have to be some investigating in your own eyes. But the two of you guys know that someone's coming at you. Seems quiet, at least for now, but someone's trying to attack.
20.
21.
20?
I got a 22.
Oh,
Nice.
20 as
22
well.
for
20 as well.
20. I see.
Yeah.
21 for Rowan. 20.
Yes.
What's your dex mods?
2.
1.
All right. And then 20 to 15.
Oh, 18.
18, Lilith.
We
Okay.
rolled well.
Yeah, you did.
Not me.
15 below.
7.
7. 7 for Lala.
I took a hair out.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, as this is occurring, very quietly, still the chaos and the noise of everything around you, kind of muting the shuffling of these feet. But you now see that every about 50 to 60 feet, there's these like statues just standing there. They look silver of some sort of metallic. And right now, this one's eyes has lit up, and it's beginning to walk towards you with its weapon. It's not super quick, but it's trying, and it's using its action and its turn to move in that direction.
Are
So,
we still passing without trace?
yes, you are. So, Rowan, what do you want to do right now? Because I'm going to say that you don't know anything's happening. You're very far away. You can't see in the distance. But the two of you have not yet exchanged that information that Lala had received. So, if you want to do that very
Oh
quickly.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
tell her that that they're in the castle grounds and that I forgot everything that.
I'll just say that you spit, like, almost as you had been receiving the information from Fauna.
Fauna's
Okay.
voice is in my head,
Okay.
and
And
this is all the thing that she said to me.
I think I just found out more information
Yeah.
from you.
She was just
Yeah.
asking me questions.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she's like there so that
so
were
they
in the
know that I
castle and
pooped
we're-
on him.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's an identifier. They gotta know.
Okay.
They gotta look through the guard with the poop, the
That
hidden
one.
feature with the.
Ooh, well, I had kind of wanted to before we got this far ahead in the timeline.
Yeah,
I don't know, and I mean I can adjust this, but what I was thinking I was gonna try to do is when the domino commotion happened, that kind of happened like right after our moment, right? Where
That happened about, like, 4 minutes ago
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
but right now you're kind of gauging what's happening. What did you want to
Yeah.
try to do during that
well,
moment?
I wanted to try. I was hoping that he hadn't put the earrings all the way in his pocket, and I was going to try to like fly around him, so maybe they would swing out and fall on the ground.
Yeah, they haven't left yet. Like, they're still discussing. There's some sort of, like, commotion happening in the center with whoever had swiped those earrings that you're now receiving. But don't forget, I think that, like, as this is happening, you probably had to get that information from Lala, too, because
Yeah.
Lala, you're the one who saw that and
Okay.
witnessed it all.
So
as
Yeah.
well.
I don't do that.
Can we get a mini for Laurel just real fast so we know where she is?
Oh, she's far away. She's about
Never mind.
from where you guys ran in the opposite direction. Don't forget, this is about 500 feet wide at least.
Okay.
First eyes glance.
When I was theater of the minding, I thought they were a lot closer.
No, they are a solid 250 feet away. They cannot see much at all.
Then-
Because you guys ran to the left. So the black stack towers on the left. The marbled housing palace is on the right, and then the center palace is in the center. Everything's kind of spread out, but these are the three main buildings that you guys have seen and witnessed. and you guys ran to the left, and they went to the right now. And then in the center of that, 150 feet of chaos and people and caravans. So, as this is happening, I'm going to say that you exchange that information.
We exchange that information, then for my action, I would like to fly above and see if I can find where my friends are.
All right, sounds good. So,
So
you're
I
just going to roll a
tell her,
perception check. You're going to fly up after knowing that, and can I have you roll a perception check, please?
17.
17, okay. Takes a moment as you sweep around. What's your speed?
My speed,
Mm-hmm.
my speed as a tiny bat is flying 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay, so you fly 30 feet around, but from your vision and from the point of vision you have here, from what you gauge and you can see, you do not see your friends anywhere, at least in the immediate vicinity of where you are. So what would you like to do? Get on the cusp of that or perch back up with Lala?
I'll perch back up with Lala for now.
All right, sounds good. You make a sweep, you get back to Lala's side, and you're like, I can't find them. So you have a feeling they're not within, at least within the area you guys can see and witness.
I did
Mosquito bite.
want to try to write another note as soon as I saw the. Is it too late to
Let's
do
have
that?
it be on your action, because this is all kind of happening
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
All right, so that's your action, Fauna. What do you want to do?
I see this guy behind me, which freaks me out.
Yeah.
Bring the fight to me.
No, but you're
So I'm gonna
That
bless
man.
us again because we're out.
Okay, is that a bonus action?
No, it's an
Full
action.
action?
Full
Okay,
action.
if you're full action, the cast bless.
I'm blessing us again,
Mhm.
and then I am gonna use my bonus action. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast. I'm gonna put my spiritual weapon on that dude that's coming toward me. The
Right, sounds
statue.
good. So you're just going to go and run up?
No,
Okay.
I'm casting my spiritual weapon.
Again, right next to
my
him.
phoenix.
Your phoenix. Do we have your phoenix, or do we want to use a pretty
We'll use a pretty yellow.
dice?
Because it freaks me out. I'm
Sounds
like,
good.
why is the statue
And where do you
coming
want to
alive?
cast it? Right next to him, nearby?
On him.
On
It's
him?
attacking him.
So like above him?
I have to see if it hits.
Okay, sounds good. Roll to hit.
Yeah. Where's my spiritual? 15.
15 to hit does not hit. As the weapon kind of crushes into the back of this animated object, and it just kind of hits the back of it, but it seems like it doesn't shake it, or at least with the armor it's wearing, you're not able to cut into it with spiritual weapon right now. All right, is that your full turn? Do you want to move, or are you good?
Unless we're moving, but I'm with Lilith, so I don't think we're moving.
So you just want to stay nearby?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to free her from her.
Oh, on your action?
Yeah.
Okay, Moira's next, though. Is that okay? Yeah, it's just let me know
I
when.
guess I imagined I broke free, though. Is that my
I'm gonna
movement?
say there's been a lot of story contingent upon the fact that you've been conveniently wrapped up and able to be carried around. So I'm gonna say it's gonna require
requires
some sort
letting
of
go.
help or full action of a friend to get you fully tied out, because it's been nice being able to be all wrapped up and carried.
But I thought I knew how to get undone.
you did. But remember how you rolled the dex check of 5 and you couldn't quite get out the knot?
I thought I couldn't get out of her. I'm not gonna argue with you.
No, I think I might have lost on the story point where we were, that's all. Okay, not a problem. All right, so, Moira, it is your turn.
Do I sense anything happening, or am I just too far away?
I mean, you're conversing right now with this guy,
Okay.
and he seems to be a little concerned and had broke away all
Yeah.
of his friends from him. So do you have anything you want to say? Or
I'm just going to lean closer to him so to make sure that it's just us, and I'm going to tell him about the Mass Lord and the ooze that we had seen as big black blob thing, and that the Mass Lord that we saw had gold eyes.
Okay,
Was trying to
the
make some
moment
kind of-
the moment that you start saying anything like a masked lord talk,
Yeah.
he like puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, "Listen, I have a feeling you don't quite understand how the city works. Now, I myself have had my reservations. I will not say more than that, but this isn't a safe place to say all of this." And he just like looks to you. "I'm gonna go attend some things. I was never here." And he like turns around and he begins to walk away.
I'm going to follow him.
Okay?
I just hope that he is going to a place where we can converse because I need to tell someone about this.
Yeah, the moment that you start to walk, he like puts his hand up and he shakes his head. Like, don't follow me. But like, he isn't warning the guards. He isn't like trying to get people to arrest you. He's just putting his hand up and walking away. And he points back. Like, look behind you.
Okay, does he have anything on him that is specific to him? Is there like an insignia or...
Roll a perception check as he's walking away. You're just trying to gauge what's happening.
If nothing else, I'm just going to locate object on his armor, but I want to see if there's something specific to him. Perception? 15.
15? On his cape, you see an incredibly interesting symbol. And it looks a lot like this.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, you know, if I've been telling the wrong person information, then just I'm gonna keep doing it. It's fine.
Okay. So, that is your full action, using that perception check, engaging that dialogue, and trying to catch what's happening there. So, Moira, your turn. Lilith, what do you want to do?
I'm going to help Fauna get out of her.
Sure. Under your bonus action, just I'm going to say, just roll a quick dex check to see if you can just get that silly knot that Moira made out of the back of her hands.
It's not a good knot, so should have no trouble.
17.
Yeah, you find that one loose thing and you pull on it. You realize how weakly it was assembled, as you're able to just get Fauna out of it.
I'm only good on shit. What can I say?
And then I'm going to bestow curse on this
Okay, sounds good. Is that a save on it?
It's going to have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
All right. Do you actually mind reading that spell? Because it might be very specific.
Yes.
Can you read it?
So a remove curse. Okay, a touch. Oh, I have to touch a creature. Never mind.
Okay. Would you like to do something else on your action? Anything else as this thing is walking towards you?
I'm just gonna start. I see Moira, right?
Yeah, you turn around. She's not
I'm
too
going-
far away. She's about a solid maybe 100 feet away from you, if that.
I'm going to start walking 30 feet in her direction.
Sounds good. You want to use your full action to get closer? All right. So can I have you roll a stealth check? Are you still trying to be kind of stealthy?
Yes.
I didn't leave your side.
Yeah.
You're leaving me.
Catch up. Oh my gosh. It rolled from here all the way. It's a nat 1. So
It rolled right into
yeah.
Okay.
It knows it's in timeout already.
Yeah, it
So
knows
as
it's in
you
timeout.
begin to run forward,
Wait, can I use my bless?
dice jail.
not on a one,
Put it on,
unfortunately.
put it
A
on
one
the
is
one. Dice
negates
jail.
that. Yeah.
Hide it.
And also blesses for not for checks. It's only for
Hide
saving
your
throws. So
dice sins.
as you run forward, you just like in the chaos of like what's happening, you just want to get to Moira and you shout Moira. Like you shout it out
I know,
loud.
that's a stupid thing that Lilith would not do, but
It's almost like a one happened somehow. It's almost like there's a ghost that went in your body and made you shout it like a ghost.
Ghosting Kelly.
I forgot to add my blast to my attack.
You can, yeah, you can add it to your attack. Yeah, don't forget that. But as you were running forward and you accidentally said Moira as if a ghost went in your body. I like the theme. I like the ghost theme. Moira, you catch this. So you turn around and you're like, what? And he turns around and about 20 other guards turn around. You catch
No.
as this like voice was like very loudly said. You catch that there's 2 other similar statues on the other side whose eyes are also starting to ignite up.
got chills.
Okay, so
I got chills.
I want it to be my turn
Hey, Kelly.
again.
I'm gonna use these awesome
Sorry,
figures to
guys.
just stand in. They're not minotaurs, but it'll work.
Hey, Kelly, just a clarification question.
Yeah.
Where did Farland point?
And then there's one also down over there. And I'll put it on the map once it's on there. What were you saying?
When he turned and pointed back, Farland, where did he point? What was he pointing at?
He just said behind you, like go, like it was like
Oh, okay.
go.
Oh, okay.
Like in my direction. Like I'm trying to help you or
Like
cover your
I-
tracks in whatever way he was trying to do. And he was
Well,
Hi.
like,
so
We're
helpful.
over here.
Yeah, I can see that now.
okay, so you definitely hear where Lilith is. She was attempting to
Yep.
do that.
Hello.
All right, so it's now the creature's turn as it's going to.
Oh no.
I rolled
It's-
2.
5, 10, 15. Gets
Oh, no.
right up to Miss Fauna,
Baby.
Ivy Underbough.
No.
As the other two,
She'll refuse.
their eyes light up. They have to
I should
roll
have run away.
their
What was I
initiative.
thinking?
Okay. So,
You have this.
this armor, almost like inside of it, glowing energy. You do not see a face. You do not see, but it's almost like this armor might be animated as it goes forward and goes to slash down at you with its silver sword. So, this is going to be, what is your AC?
18.
18?
Our baby.
That is a 18 to hit and a 17, which does not hit. So, yeah. Wait. Oh, hold on one second. It was +5. So, that's only going to hit you with, so it would be one more higher. Sorry, guys. I was reading it wrong. So, that would be 1 hit. So, that's 3 points of bludgeoning damage. It's not bad at all. As the weapon goes down and slices into you. But this creature just kind of like intimidates you, like tries to use his burning eyes in your face, and is trying to like do something with you. As you see for a moment that there's no face, but there's an energy to it that is like peering into you. All right, so that's his turn. Rowan, what do you want to do? Oh wait, no, it's Lala's turn. Excuse me, Lala.
Yay! I'm going to write another note
Okay.
that says, "Search the cloaked guy with the bird poop on its back." Or no,
Poopy cloak.
the bat poop on
So
its
that
back.
that one, it's about a foot and a half shorter than her, and he was wearing like a yellow garb, black coat.
I'm gonna describe
Okay.
the yellow
Search
garb
poopy cloak.
black cloak with the bat poop on it.
Sounds good. So you
And I'm
describe it as best of your abilities.
Crumble it up.
Yep.
What do I have that is a little heavy, but it won't hurt her? Nothing. I have nothing.
Coin.
Part with my money? Fine, I put a copper coin in it, and I wrap it,
And
and
you're
then
gonna-
I'm going to throw it at her.
Okay, sounds good. Roll a dex check.
I'm gonna cheer you on with the tiny hands.
I don't know which time to
Backwards.
press right now.
Alright, the tiny hands are going in dice trail.
Yeah, okay, tiny hands are not good for rolling. Dex check?
A dex check.
Not a dex saving throw?
Nah, just a dex check.
7.
Oh, okay. So you take a moment and you kind of like baseball, pitch it like overhand in the direction of her. It totally flies past her and it skids behind like a few of the people in the robes and the mask. Let me see if any of them, as they're engaging.
I'm good at baseball.
One of the ones in the far end, ones that's wearing like a green trimmed robe, with like a very long cape behind him, kind of turns around curiously and looks down and is like, "Did something just fly by, or am I crazy?" It's like the third one on the triangle side, the third point farthest away from her.
Okay.
So he caught that, and it does look like a man just from the way his shoulders kind of move back and the musculature that you see as he turns. So.
I'm gonna tell Rowan, I missed. Should I try again, or should we get the heck out of here?
Try.
Again.
All right. Any bonus action? You good?
You know what? While I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the green cloaked one.
All right, sounds good. So you focus your energy on the green cloaked one. Take a moment as you allow that to ping on your radar. All right, so it is now, because of the initiative order, their turn. As they are going to move. This one would have been down here from 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. So he's able to get within range. Uses his full action and movement to get to you, but they are currently right within the space of you as the other one comes over to flank. Once more, you see these like burning yellow eyes, silver armor, clearly some sort of defense mechanism being set off. So that's their turn. Rowan.
Yeah. So I still have no idea that any of this is happening.
No, you've been actually dealing with a totally different situation with
Yeah.
Lala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to do. All right. Speed. Okay, so I'm going to transform into a giant eagle.
Whoa, cool. Okay. So you become a giant
I'm
eagle.
big now.
Yeah, you're pretty big now, yeah.
And I like wave hi at her with a talon. And I'm gonna fly again. I'm gonna like stay put. And I'm gonna fly again and see if I can see what's going on.
Okay, sounds good. What's the
I'm gonna
speed
try
of-
to find them again. 80 feet.
80 feet? Okay, and then can I have you roll, do you want to be stealthy, or are you trying to be...
Yeah.
Okay, roll a stealth
Because
check
do we
first.
still have pass without trace?
Yes, you would, but I still need you to roll a stealth check to see if you can be stealthy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 16 plus
26 plus
26 plus, I think...
3, 29.
29, okay.
and
Very
also I
quietly.
have advantage on a perception.
Sounds good. So, turn into this eagle, still kind of shrouded in darkness, all things considered. Much larger, though, than the bat, who was
And
a
I'm
little
high.
bit easier to hide. Yes, you begin to soar up, you take flight, and now with an 80-foot speed, you're going to hit the cusp of your 80 feet and roll that perception check with advantage,
Okay.
please. Eagle eyes.
So 18, 22.
Okay. Right on the cusp of your vision, from where you are, 120 feet away, so right as you hit that 80-foot mark, right 120 feet away from your 80-foot mark, you see on the edge of that Moira. And she seems to be, like, standing and turning around, and you just see these guardsmen all turn towards her, like, in unison. Like, and you heard on the very edge of your voice, your eagle ear, Moira. Like, as if somebody, a ghost of Lilith had said it in the distance.
Oh, okay.
So you're catching that Lilith's voice
Okay.
shouted out Moira. And, yeah. And I'll say
Okay.
you see it at the very edge of your vision.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That is your action and your full movement. So you see her 80 feet away, like scouting right now. Okay, so that is your turn, Rowan. Fauna.
Okay, I'm gonna use my speed and get the heck away from this guy.
Okay, where?
So-
Where are you moving? All right, they're both going to
10.
have opportunity attacks on you then.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're engaged in melee with you.
Okay, then the first thing I'm gonna do before I do that is call my spirit guardians.
Okay, sounds good.
So,
Where would you like to cast them?
so my spirit guardians are in a 50-foot radius of me.
Oh, all around you. Yes, and
Yeah,
that
they
is
flit
that a
around me.
concentration spell?
So when you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you see to be unaffected. So obviously my friends are unaffected when they're near me. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area. When the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Fantastic. And is it a concentration spell, or is it just an enchantment, or is it?
It's duration up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like it. Okay, sounds good. So you cast your spirit guardians around you. What do they look like?
They're little phoenixes that fly around me.
So you have your phoenixes everywhere all around you. It's beautiful. And would you like to do, as you cast that and use that as your action, you have your speed and you have your bonus?
Yeah, so
Bonus?
I'm gonna run the heck away.
All right, sounds good.
And
There's going to
so-
be an opportunity attack on
Yeah,
that.
but then they have. But is that considered?
Well, I believe that it's if they start their turn in it. Let me just see the spell real quickly.
If they're in the area.
Do you mind if I just read the spell? The spell wording can be so hard and interpretive. I know. Call forth your spirits. They flit around you in a distance 15 feet. When you cast this, you can designate any number of creatures to be unaffected. Speed is halved when the creature enters the area for this first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So when it enters the area for the first time on a turn. So I think they would have to still be there physically, and you would still have to be physically around them for them to take effect. Yes. I'm going to say that's probably needed.
On a turn.
Yeah, like on a turn. So like the first action on their turn. Like
Okay. Well, I mean, I need to get away from them. So. But then they're gonna attack me anyway. Okay, I'm gonna get away and let them try and attack
okay,
me.
sounds good. And don't forget you can move on your bonus action your spiritual weapon as well.
Yeah.
All right. Rolled hits. Ooh. What's your AC?
My AC is 18.
Yeah, they they swing and miss on both of those. As they try to lop at you, but they almost do it at the same time.
Lathander, keep me safe.
Yeah, you're able to run away without any trouble. And what's your speed? 25 feet?
25.
25. All right.
And then with my bonus, sure, I'll move this.
Yeah, you
too.
can move that. And which one do you want it to swing? That one or that one?
Let's see. What is the radius of it?
It's actually not a radius. It's a single target hit.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can have your Phoenix hit one of them.
I'm gonna have it hit the first guy.
All right, sounds good.
And
All right, roll to hit.
I am 15.
Yeah,
Not
it's
enough.
another swing and a miss. Like your Phoenix goes in to claw at it, but it can't even get leverage on its armor. These things are strong, and clearly made of metal, which is difficult to hit. So, Fauna, you just run. Go for it.
Now
Moira.
I got my speed.
I'm going to use all 60 of my feet, both at just a full action, just sprinting right to her.
Oh, okay, solid.
And as
Straight to Lilith or
no, the
Fauna?
Fauna.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I can get a bonus action, correct?
30.
Even though I'm booking it.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay, so you just run towards Fauna.
Yep.
Cast Shield of Faith on yourself. As Lilith, as you see Moira run past your right-hand side.
Hey! Is it my turn?
No, I'm just also going to mention that you see Moira running away from like a ton of guardsmen looking in your direction right now as well. So,
Have a lot of trouble.
it is now your turn. Yes.
Do I see Rowan flying around?
Unless right now it's hard to see her. She's right on the cusp of 120 feet away. I could have you roll if you're going to try to look for her with your action, a perception check. If you're like, I would like to try to find Rowan or Lala.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go meet up with the rest of my troop.
Okay, so you kind of like, as all these guardsmen turn around, you kind of like sling back. Can I have you roll a stealth check actually to see if you can kind of fade into the shadows?
Don't
Staring at a line of dudes. Bye.
Natural 20.
Oh, you are stealthy as shit.
So I'm gonna say what happens. It's actually like, I'm gonna say it kind of freaks them out as Lilith just like smiles this smile as black shadow wraps around her feet and then dances around her, and then only her face is there for a second.
Spooky.
Hey, we're on an iPhone.
Shout out to Rudy for bringing out his iPhone for us so we can
Say goodbye.
say goodbye.
Yeah, just scene paint, I guess, a little bit at the end of this battle, and then we'll pick it up straight from here next week without ghosts.
No ghosts, no
No
power
ghosts.
The
surges.
lights flickered after that nat 20 and
It was
Yeah,
so
It
epic.
rocked the grid.
It was
just
did.
too powerful.
The crit that broke the internet.
So I think I'm not certain if you guys caught what happened right after that nat 20-year-old, but this is what happened. All of these city guard were looking at her. They all turned around slowly as shadows started to dance and wrap around her feet and then get a roll across her stomach all the way up to her arms, and just so she has like a face surrounded by shadows. If you want to do the visual. And then she just falls into the darkness as the shadows converse over her body. So, with that, the city guards all seem highly uncomfortable and start pushing each other and pointing in that direction. And we'll pick it up from there. We'll say that the battle is going to continue on next week once everything's running, but
yeah, thanks for
Man.
tuning in.
Thanks for
Thanks for
watching.
watching. We'll see you next Sunday at 3 p.m. We're back to our normal time,
Normal
3 p.m. PST.
No ghosts. We're
And
gonna
then-
get a priest in here to just,
cleanse the
Cleanse and
sludge.
cleanse.
Palo
and-
Santos.
Dudes, everyone want to give their shout-outs? Handle shout-outs?
Oh, yeah,
sure.
Other shout-outs?
I'll start at GO_NINO.
Go, Nino.
Gonino.
Sunny Seeley, Seeley, all the E's on Twitter. Yeah, find me there.
You can find me everywhere at A Style Pixie.
Hey, I'm Kelly, your dungeon master, and it's now at You're a Wizard, Kelly.
Y-E-R. Yeah.
Y-E-R.
You're a
Just to
wizard.
mess around with people.
Also watch
Sirens. Yes, Tuesday nights, and watch the Dice Camera Action episode that just was up earlier today. It was awesome.
Great. Yeah. I'm Kim Hidalgo at Kim Hidalgo. Hidalgo.
I'm Alice Food on Twitter, and Alice Greczyn on Instagram. Greczyn is Grec as in cat, Z as in zebra, Y, N as in Nancy.
Also, our handles are right under us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Well, normally they are.
oh yeah, right now it's not. But
But they are in chat.
The sound is kind of
just
scares
provide
me.
them
They'll
in
be in chat. They're in chat. So
Anyway,
find
we
it.
appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks so much, you guys. Story continues.
Good night.
Happy
good morning.
Halloween!